Kia ora everyone, hello and welcome. Thursday night hoops from Cowles Stadium here in Christchurch. Great to have you with us. It has been a winning program in season 2024. Sky Broadband Rapid League coming your way first. NZNBL a little bit later on tonight. The Rams and the Bulls locking horns. Can't wait for this one. The Bulls still mathematically a chance at a top 4 spot. Justin Nelson, Maya Williamson with you. Great to see you.
Yeah, you too, Justin. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Bit of a pause there. Nick Bewley, night off tonight. Of course, he's usually sitting in this chair.
I know, new duo.
We wish him well.
The A-team, maybe.
There we go. Hey, big night coming up tonight. The Bulls must score. They've got to score a lot of points, and they must win tonight's NBL game to keep their home final chances alive. They are headed through to the playoffs, though.
And that's a hard ask, right? Canterbury Rams are on a roll. 16 wins in a row, and they don't look like they're stopping anytime soon. So, big ask for the Bulls. Not to say they can't get it done, but it's going to be a hard night, I think, for them.
Sky Broadband Rapid League ladder. Let's have a look at it right now. Giants, of course, have wrapped it all up. Hey, Rams win here. They finish outright second.
That's a pretty good gig, and they've won 5 in a row.
Been in a bit of form, haven't they? The Bulls, I don't think they can move from that position, win or lose, but they must score points. That's the big thing ahead of them. Bulls starters for this one tonight. On the road, of course, they're on a southern double. Still the Nuggets to come on Saturday night. Kelso getting a run. In fact, I reckon that might be Lasongi Ape wearing the 00. We'll check on that. Vano, Coca Gray, Perry and Mile. Dom Kelman-Poto has got a new hairstyle as well. No doubt we'll get some good shots of that right throughout the night. Dom never, ever disappoints. Don't know if he's looking at you from the front or behind tonight.
It's kind of scary.
Look at that. He is a sensation, isn't he, DKP? Starters for this one for the Rams, the home team. Of course, 60 points they put on the board last week. Tonj, Isaac, Gonzalez, Garcia, Stoddart and Farrington. This is a team that just does not let up.
Oh, they are completely on form. Like we said, 60 points in Rapid League last week, and they're shooting the ball extremely well, almost 36%, which is the first in Rapid League, and they're scoring the first in Rapid League as well, 40 points a game. So they're looking completely on form, and they're, like you said, not letting up.
Let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head for this one tonight. The all-important tale of the tape. And as you can see, the current form for the Rams is pretty darn good.
Yep, and they're not going to let up, I don't imagine, especially led by Max Stoddard, who's been incredible.
Number 1 in the competition in the Rapid League for points per game as well, going at over 40 points a game. Coin officials for this one, they are dressed and ready to go. Sampan Corey-Hogg and Blake Rosanowski. We are set for tip-off on a Thursday night. NZNBL still to come. The Bulls and the Rams to do battle. Lasongi Ape and Stoddart get us underway. And not for the first time this season, the Rams get first possession.
See what they can do here. And to no surprise, Max Stoddart left wide open.
And he knocks down the 3. Now, he is in some great form. 13 triples in his last 3 games. He's going at 68% from the arc, Max Stoddart. He is knocked down.
Yeah, the interesting thing about him is he's a large guard. He's got so much size on him. He's really physical, but he can shoot the 3 ball so well. He's a perfect Rapid League player.
Farrington away to the left with his effort. Early points for the Rams. As we said, 60 on the board last week against the Sharks. It's bettered their previous season high of 52. Inbound, too easy. Gonzalez, Garcia for 2. Their previous best was 52, Maya. Unfortunately for the Sharks, it was also against them. So they've put 112 on the Sharks this season. No
mercy at all, and then just obliterated them in the NBL as well.
Off to a hot start here. Starting in a bit of a zone as well. Deep shot, Vano. Perry battles for it, coming up with a Tama Isaac.
I think the zone is probably a good choice in terms of retaining a little bit of energy, seeing what the Bulls bring and seeing the adjustments they can make, seeing if they can hit from beyond the arc or not. Christian Vano is going to be the one to look out for there.
Shot clock at 8. Isaac on the charge, lost a handle on it. Tama Isaac, earlier today, named in the New Zealand under-18 team as well. Congratulations to him. Coca Gray for 3.
It's going to be an interesting matchup if these guards can get going from beyond. I know Coca Gray and Vano are completely able from beyond the arc, so Rams don't want to give up too many of those.
Stoddart, don't worry about doing it from downtown. How about the step through?
He really is the complete rapid league player. He can shoot from beyond the arc and get downhill as well. He's really, really hard to guard.
Going at more than 14 points a game in his last 5. Max Stoddart, fantastic mid-season inclusion. Here's the very athletic Druleo Lasongiape. Had 20 points last time out against the Rams. Lasongiape, in that previous meeting, the Rams won at 46-35. So athletic, isn't he?
He's such an athlete and such a great slasher. Loves to put his head down and get to the rim. Rapid league game really supports his style of play. Leads rapid league in scoring. And I think it's interesting to note the second leader in scoring is Kai Isaac, who is not with the Rams tonight. Changes their identity a little bit.
As I mentioned, I've got the hot seat tonight with Nick Bewley away. Gee, I'll tell you what, both you and Nick have seen some terrific basketball this season here at Cowles Stadium. Quite amazing. Yeah,
we are pretty lucky in that. Rapid league performance last week was one of my favourites, I think, with that 60-point scoring effort. It's been a privilege to call these guys.
Lasongiape, nice block at one end, and now he's got a chance to score at the other. Step back. It's going to be a 3. If it drops, it doesn't. Loose ball, though. They go again, the Bulls. Perry off the knee of Isaac. Shot clock down to 6 here. So Lasongiape has to get busy. Coca Gray stepped on the sideline. We see that so many times.
It's absolute coach killer, Justin, that one.
And every time we do see it, the 2 words you will always hear from the Sky Sport commentary crew is coach killer.
No surprises there. No surprises there.
Early stages, Sky Broadband Rapid League tonight. Round 16, last round of the season, of course. No finals for Rapid League. Isaac. Stoddart. Short on the iron. Perry. Maybe just caught one across the face there. He did. Foul on Corbin Mason.
And you love that from Corey Perry. I think the Bulls are just such a relentless, hard-working team. And obviously, as we know, Justin, this is really important for them. Not only the Sales NBL game, but this Rapid League game. So they've got to put everything on the line tonight.
I don't think the Perry brothers know any other way but flat out. Corey getting the gig tonight. Coming up with it. In fact, speaking of tough, there it is, right on show. Perry helping Gonzalez Garcia back to his feet.
And Hugo's been awesome as well. Got his first Sales NBL points ever last week, which has been awesome for him. And he's really worked his way up this lineup.
GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, just a right shoulder from Perry. Not a shoulder that you'd want to run into. Stoddart. Gee, I'll tell you what, Max Stoddart is in some red-hot form at the back end of the season.
I absolutely agree, and I think he's doing a good enough job to earn himself some serious minutes in the Sales NBL contest as well.
Here they go again. Steal at mid-court. Varno with the foul on Mason. That's just a terrific move from Stoddart. This Rams team, so deep, so powerful, and so local.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the coolest thing about the Rams is just that local feel they have with Taylor, Walter, Max Darling as well. Now Max Stoddart has come back to his hometown after playing at college.
Mason now for 3. He puts that down. Every player in this team can shoot from range.
And they shoot it at 36%. And you're getting high volume of 3s in the Rapid League game. If you're making them at that clip, it's pretty successful.
On the buzzer. Oh, not too far away. And how about that? An opening quarter. This scoring machine in red continues to put the foot down. We came in talking about the Bulls as an outside chance for a home final in the Sales NBL, but they needed to amass points. It hasn't started the way that they would have hoped or planned for tonight.
Well, you've got to get some stops right, and with that, you've really got to know the personnel of who you're playing. Max Stoddart's been left open multiple times on the three-point line and then given a right-hand drive to the basket on a mismatch. You just can't give up shots like that and allow the Rams to get exactly what they want. And with that, you don't really have the ability to now get your momentum and get buckets in transition, which is what the Bulls need, right?
One of the best parts about working with you tonight, Maya, is we get to talk pizza.
Yes.
And the large pepperoni is my hands-down favourite.
Your favourite?
It is, yep.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Really? Well, mind you, I was talking up pineapple last week, and Casey took me to task on that. He's not a pineapple fan.
I'm a pineapple girl, so we can agree on that.
Well, there you go, 2-1. Large pepperoni pizza, $30. Sal's Basket is the code. Scan away, available till next Tuesday, and that is a red-hot deal. Speaking of which, one of our favourites, the Sky Broadband Fibre Starter, $30 a month for the first 3 months. If you want to watch the Sky Broadband Rapid League as fast as it is, there's no faster way than with the Fibre Starter. Get on board. Second quarter underway. Great start tonight for the Rams, who have dominated the Rapid League this season. They win this, they will finish outright second behind the Giants. Good ball movement for the Bulls, just off balance there, Milet. And I think a foul here against Gonzalez Garcia as well. The Rams average 40 points or thereabouts a game, which is #1 in the Rapid League, Maya. In their last 5 games, 47.5 points per game.
Wow. And I think that's really testament to the fact they've shot the ball a lot better in this tail end of the season, and that's really helped them. And it completely extends the floor for them, which helps guys like Aiden Tonge and Max Stoddard to go to work down low as well. Just such a versatile threat.
Varno for 3, that helps the Bulls. You do have the luxury of running into Judd Flavel every now and again during the week.
I do, and every time I talk to Judd, it's just the best conversation I could have, and he's been very proud of these Rams guys, and he's really grateful to see the ball now go through the hoop from beyond the arc. We know at the start of the season they were shooting in the mid-20s, which is really unlike Rams and quite uncharacteristic. So
he must be thrilled with what he's seen from the program this season.
Absolutely, the output has just been absolutely amazing, and a lot of buy-in, and just an amazing culture that they've built, and really selfless culture as well, and the way that everyone's bought into their system has been such a big part of their success.
Mason short on the iron. Stoddart keeps it alive. With Farrenson now. Searching. Goes from deep. He's in a bit of form at the moment, Tucky Farrenson. Who's going to get that? It'll be the Bulls. 3 to play in this second quarter. Bulls, a little bit of a fight back right now. I must say, not every team was on board with the Rapid League from the start, but one man who was firmly behind it. And the push for player development was Judd Flavel.
Yeah, he's a huge community guy, and I think there's a really good, like you said, local core here in Canterbury with a lot of upcoming guys, and it's really important to get that development of your young core that are going to build your future. I mean, we saw just recently the under-17 boys at the World Cup placed top 4, and a lot of those guys play Rapid League, and it's played a massive part in their development so that they can play international basketball against that kind of pressure. Yeah,
and it was great to see them come out in interviews and credit the fact that they had played Rapid League, played against pro players, played against you know, bigger bodies, and that had really put them in good stead for what they went into over in Turkey. What an amazing run for them. And even the under-18 team that was announced today for New Zealand, so many of those players we've seen in the Sky Broadband Rapid League and Sal's NBL this season. Yeah, and they're going to the Asia Cup, obviously, which has got a little bit more higher stakes. They want to qualify for the World Cup, and they're going to come against some pretty tough teams. And if they face Australia again, they're one of the most physical teams that you can face. So this kind of preparation is exactly what that squad needs going forward. Bulls just holding up the Rams a little bit here. Lusongi Ape through the gap, turns it over. Tama Isaac, who is just an explosive young man, draws contact. He's off to the Chemist Warehouse. I know we've talked a lot about Kaya Isaac over the last couple of years, but how about younger bro? I'm not biased, but I think he might be one of my favourite Rapid League players, even Sal's NBL players. Just. No, you are biased. I am biased. Yeah, no, 100% completely biased. But I'll still claim it. He is just so shifty the way that he works, and you just wouldn't believe that he's 17 years old just by watching him. I think every time we talk about this man, Tama Isaac, this young man, what usually invariably comes after that is he's just 17 years of age. It just doesn't feel real watching him. He's just so mature, and
can execute under pressure so well for a kid of his age, and super physical. I think I've been really impressed with the way that he's upkept with the physicality of this league. It's, you know, you see a lot of talented young guys who can score, but they can't really match the physicality of these older bodies, but he's done that incredibly well.
Makes me feel old, Maya.
Oh, you're not old.
My oldest grandchild's nearly the same age as Tama Isaac.
Goodness me. How old are you, Justin? 27, 28?
No, yeah, about that. Let's move on. Varno from the Chemist Warehouse in a little bit of foul trouble. The Rams, to the Bulls' credit, they've fought back hard over the last minute and a half, haven't they?
Yeah, and they're relentless. We expected this from them. They're never going to let go, and especially tonight, they've got to score and they've got to get stops and they've got to win, so they've got to turn something around.
Some player news. Ethan Rusbatch returns for the Bulls tonight off the back of international duty, of course. Here's Farrenson on the step back three. And no KJ Buffin for the Rams tonight, still out with a high ankle sprain. He might be touch and go for the semis as well. Oh, what a pass through to Mason.
The Bulls just speeding the Rams up a little bit and causing a little bit of weariness in transition. A bucket here is really important for the Bulls.
Battle off the boards. Isaac, Farrenson. And they settle. Max Stoddart loves a three. Got a little bit of an up fake there. Up and under on the reverse. Can't put it down. And look at Lasongi Ape back the other way. Athletic to the corner. Coca Gray for three. Off target. Drew Leo goes again. Footwork is good. Same spot. This time Varno.
And I think if you want to get anybody going, it's going to be Christian Varno. He's got such a hot hand. And if Drew Leo can drive and draw bodies like that and find Christian Varno on the three-point line, they could do something here.
Look at that. The triples keep coming. Farrenson, who we said in some form right now, his last few weeks have been really encouraging.
Yeah, it's been awesome to see. He obviously had a big role at the start of the season with the Rams being a little bit short-handed for the first couple of games, and then he slid back to his regular position. Didn't have a lot of luck shooting-wise and didn't get a lot of minutes, but like you said, he's really found his form, and I think that game against the Eels was really good for his confidence.
Perry driving for two at one end. Mason fouled, trying to do similar at the other. Crowd building here at Cowles Stadium. And they're probably pinching themselves for what's to come. Of course, a home semi-final on Sunday, July 21. This place will be rocking.
It's already pretty electric, just the regular season games, Justin, let alone a semi-final.
Where do you fit the extras in?
I don't know. Just beside us, maybe, or cram a few extra chairs beside me and you, maybe.
Gonna have to. Back to back. Can they do it?
Yep. Yep. Full belief. Not biased, but full belief.
No, you are biased. 22-13. Just over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Lasongi Ape has been pretty well held. Perry scored last time down the floor. Looks to score again. That's a tough shot. Gets it to go. Back out. Varno. Shot clock at 1. Pulling up. And it doesn't drop for Lasongi Ape.
That's a great defensive position there for the Rams. Knowing the scout clearly stayed in front of Drew Leo really well and had bodies waiting for him there. Just rolled up, sent bodies on everything and forced a really tough shot.
Player timeout called. 8.7 to play. Of course, we've mentioned it a few times this year. The player timeouts originally started in Tauihi. All good things start in Tauihi, by the way. That's where Rapid League started as well. But you really feel like the players have got their heads around this innovation now, haven't they?
100%, and it really helps to build the player-led culture. And I think all these guys have taken on the responsibility of having a little bit of IQ and leadership for themselves. And you can see them using it at the smartest of times.
And they nearly scored, the Rams, right on the buzzer. Aiden Tonge in the corner, not too far away. And that'll do us for the opening half tonight in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. The Rams lead this one 22-13. The Bulls showing a bit of mettle in that second quarter. But gee, this Rams team is so hard to stop. Let's take a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats to the half. Max Stoddart just in ripping form right now.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal. We've talked about it a couple times, not only this week, but every week. And he's only hit the one triple, but been able to use a shot fake and go downhill. And that's what makes him so unstoppable in Rapid League, is just his ability to be versatile. And the Rams really play within a system where he can succeed like that.
Stoddart came into tonight having hit 13 of his last 18 three-point attempts over the last 3 games. I mean, that is high-level stuff in any competition.
100%. He's really come into this Rams squad and found his own. He obviously came back late, coming from college, and he's really slid right in. I think Judd Flavel was talking to us before the game, and they said, you know, he's getting used to it, but they're also getting used to him. So they're finding ways to really utilise him to the best of their ability. I mean, we saw the first play of the game. He was wide open for a triple, and that's exactly what you want from Max Stoddart.
6 steals in the opening half for the Rams. And Jay Walker. All of the stats, of course, with thanks to the Chemist Warehouse. And while we've got a break here, Maya Williamson, just take us inside this Rams organisation, of course. They won the Cowles NBL last season, first time since 1992. They have been on just quite an incredible run, 16 straight wins as they head towards a home semi-final. Tell us a little bit about what goes on behind the scenes here.
Well, it all starts with their behind-the-scenes staff, right? They've got a great admin organisation that do a lot of work, and I think the most important word that I'd like to use is selfless, and that goes for everybody involved in the Rams organisation, and that's why it's just such a well-working system, because everybody's just willing to give what they have for the greater good of everyone and the success of the Rams. And I think that's why they've had so much on-court success, is because of the selflessness of everybody off-court.
Alan Myler there called for the foul. He's also taken out Lasongia Ape in the process. The pins were skittled there. Hard drive, aggressive drive from Hugo Gonzalez Garcia. And if the object was to clear a path, no matter who's standing there, he took out 40% of the Bulls then.
Good job, Hugo. Great downhill player, really athletic guy, and does a good job to play off 2 feet as well. Forcing that Bull side to be engaged in the low help, and if they're a little bit too late, he'll punish them.
Bulls quickly up the floor. Coca Gray nowhere to go. Through hands, ends up with Lasongia Ape. Directing traffic. Shot clock at 7. Got to go. What can he create here? Just runs into a sea of red singlets. Does get the shot up though.
Wow, that's exceptional. I thought it might be a done deal with 2 bodies in the way, but still gets the finish to go. Not much more the Rams could have done about that one.
Margin at 7. Tonge. Gonzalez Garcia from the corner.
It's interesting. Ball's in a 2-3 zone. I wouldn't think that's exactly the coverage you want to send to a team that shoots well from beyond the arc.
5th triple of the game for the Rams. Great hands. Gonzalez Garcia, fingerprints all over this game right now.
And that's the Bulls' 8th turnover.
Oh, now there's an offensive foul here mid-court. That'll go against Alan Myler. He knew it straight away as well. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, there it is, just stepping across with the shoulder. And look at the reaction from Hugo.
Hugo is commonly described as a dog by everyone here in Christchurch. Just plays with so much passion.
Did you say dog?
A dog.
Wow.
A dog. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Young people terminology, Justin.
Are we going back to the age debate, are we? Okay, all right, fair enough.
Can you blame me? I'm joking.
Just a bit of a clean-up on the floor here. 2:46 to go in the 3rd quarter. Margin of 12. Cowles NBL to come tonight. The Rams aiming for their 17th consecutive win. The Bulls also headed to the final 6 as well. They still do have the outside chance of a home final. Mind you, it is very much a slim chance. They're about to come up against a machine tonight, though. Tonge, speaking of machines.
I think that just shows the depth of the Rams and everybody on the scoreboard now. Anybody able to get going at any point. Aiden Tonge especially, such a threat. And he gets that low block.
Rams come up with it defensively. Isaac on the move. What a pass. Quick hands to Aiden Tonge. Wait till you see this on the GJ Gardner Holmes replay. Just look at the work that Tama Isaac does here. Quite amazing. Turn of speed. It's almost a look-away pass in the end.
And his ability to just see Aiden Tonge from so far away out of the corner of his eye. Such a great vision and IQ for, we say it again, the young man, and able to execute that pass perfectly with so much pace on him.
We talk about the factory here in Christchurch. So many of these young players coming through the system. I've got to say, they're a very clean-cut looking lot as well, aren't they?
Indeed, yeah. No
mullets.
No mullets. No Brodie Perry luscious locks down here.
Very dapper. There's Milet. Good double. Hugo all over it again, and in the end maybe just clipped Alan Milet across the arm.
I like that from Hugo, though. He was anticipating that, and as soon as he saw that first dribble, he was in his digs, being aggressive.
Here's the replay. There's the slap across the arm. And just like that, with still 6 minutes to play, the Rams are up to 31. That's how quickly they get this scoreboard ticking over. If you're new to the Sky Broadband Rapid League, 4x4 minute quarters, so it's only 16-minute games. This Rams team last week scored 60 points in 16 minutes.
It was almost unbelievable. It was a little bit unfair. You kind of felt bad for the Sharks, the way they just shot the lights out of the ball and everybody get going, and their momentum just didn't stop. You expected them to slow down at any point, but they just did not let up.
I think one of the things I've really loved seeing this season as well is the assistant coaches stepping up. Milet underneath. When you look at that Rams bench, Judd Flavel sitting on the sidelines watching on and supporting the team and supporting his coaching staff as well, and we get to see developing coaches step out and do their thing.
Yeah, it's been a great opportunity for them. We've got Quentin Clinton tonight, who's obviously an up-and-comer after retiring from his playing career, and then quite often Liam Connolly as well has the opportunity to be the head coach. He's just recently been in his role with the under-15 New Zealand girls team as the head coach, which is, you know, the Rapid League obviously plays a hand in developing him for that role as well.
They're sort of a player, Quinn Clinton as well. Could throw a dime, couldn't he?
Oh, he could indeed. Was a great backup point guard for Taylor Britt last year.
There's Gonzalez Garcia. Farrington always deadly in the corner as well, and great with the hands. Well done. They move forward, they raffle it around, and in the end, between them, Stoddart, Tonge and Farrington, they can't come up with the points. Perry will fire from deep. Away to the left. Double the score now, 34-17. It has blown out in the blink of an eye.
I didn't really expect that, but I think the way that the Rams have just defended the balls and their key pieces has been really key. And then obviously the success from beyond the arc been monumental for this Rams team as well. The Bulls just struggling to find much offensive rhythm at all anymore and can't put the ball in the same way the Rams are at the moment.
7 of 14 from deep for the Rams. Just ticking over as always, right on the buzzer there. Coca Gray can't get it to go. 3 down tonight in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. And look at this, a 15-4 third quarter for the Rams. And all of a sudden they are out by 20.
And the Bulls just struggling. 35% field goal and 9 turnovers. It's only had 3 quarters that are 4 minutes long, having 9 turnovers for a team that loves to capitalise in trans. It's just, there's no way you're ever going to come back if you're given them that many opportunities.
8 steals in the game for the Rams as well. Oh, I like the snacks over the back there for the Bulls. Just on offer. Just on offer. What are you going there? Are you going the lollies or the oranges?
What do you think, Justin?
Look at that.
Silly question.
Jeez. Easy life being a player, isn't it?
I know. All you got to do is dribble a ball sometimes, and then you get lollies and mandarins right next to you.
Oh, there we go. On camera, young man. Gee, I love the fans across this competition. Some of the best, aren't they?
Yeah, sorry to cut you off there, Justin. It's awesome to see how many people come and watch the Rapid League as well, given that it's its first year. It's a new innovation, and it's not all the big names that everybody hears about. It's cool to see them get along and support these young local guys.
I was down at Trafalgar Centre a few weeks ago, and gee, I reckon there must have been definitely over 1,000, 1,200 maybe turning out for the Rapid League.
Wow, that's amazing. Really is amazing. I think it's also cool for the young hoopers of the next generation to see like what they could be in just a few years' time. I know that a lot of young girls came along to watch the Rapid League in Tauihi last year and actually felt really inspired by seeing something very tangible for them to look up to.
It's been happening up and down the country. Lasongi Ape, Coca Gray for three, leaves it short. Farrington, oh, that's a big quarterback pass that nearly takes out one of the corporates.
Well, Rams have 13 points from turnovers and 5 fast break points, so you can't blame them for wanting to push the pace.
One of the great things about sitting courtside is 1 second you might cop a Molten straight in the head. Next second you go back to the bowl of chips and pick up your drink.
You get to experience everything. It's wonderful.
Corbin Mason with the opening score of this last quarter. Are they going to go past 50 again, the Rams? Lasongi Ape! Woo.
I want to see more of that from him. Such an aggressive downhill kind of guy.
Well, I've got to tell you, in the Sky commentary position, I think amongst all of us, the two players where your eyes really light up, Carlin Davison and Drew Leo, just capable of doing the miraculous.
Both of them just such athletes, and they can be so exciting to watch. You know, Carlin was electric against the Tuatara the other night, and we've seen Drew do exactly the same. And both young guys, big futures ahead of them both.
I think if anything for Lasongi Ape this season, we've seen him dominate in the Rapid League, only averaging 8 minutes a game in the Salons NBL. He's sort of been shuffled down the roster a little bit there. I'd love to see him getting some more minutes because he can do some damage.
100%.
He's a hard matchup, isn't he?
Yeah, totally. And not often you can match the same athleticism, and I don't know a lot of the Sal's NBL rosters have someone who can upkeep with his athleticism. I think the struggle for him there is the Bulls just are such a deep team, and there's not a lot of space for him maybe in their roster, but I'd love to see him get on for at least 15-ish minutes a game.
Christian Varno up to 10 points in the game for the Bulls. He's having another good outing. Again, using his body, Gonzalez Garcia.
Showing his ability to get to the rim tonight. I know he can shoot from beyond the arc, but he's used his dribble and penetration super well. Been really shifty. I think Varno's a nice matchup for him. He's a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger.
Not afraid to take contact either. Speaking of contact, whistle goes as Tama Isaac puts down another two. Rams up to 45. Christian Varno, by the way, interesting side story. I think he's played every minute of every game that he stepped out in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, bar about 20 seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a lot of minutes.
Yeah, sure getting a good run around. My goodness. He's a fit young man. You know, he doesn't let up. Doesn't even look tired right now. That's incredible.
Lasongi Ape momentarily doubled. Crafty back inside to Perry.
Turn away for 1 second, he'll have you. And good to see the Bulls are still playing their style of play, not giving up, not letting up. We know they're going to be relentless, and they said this was going to be an important game for them. It's a shame they won't get it done.
Yeah, and the points difference here is not going to help their cause either. At the moment, they look set for a play-in final in Wellington. Stoddart. Oh, Tama Isaac's come back up with it again. Gonzalez Garcia feeling it tonight. Mason, loose hand. Good work by Perry. Now Lasongi Ape back the other way for another two.
Man, he is an athlete, just the way he gets up and under and then able to finish again through contact. It's incredible to watch.
Oh, Mason, a couple of turnovers for him. Vano to Perry. Lasongi Ape squares up for three. Mile amongst the tall timber. Undersized forward, has it knocked back. Dying stages. The Rams will be eyeing 50. Will they get there? This will help. Oh, Tama Isaac. Just like that, they move to 49. Can this kid ever smile, by the way? Does he ever smile?
I don't think I've seen him smile once in my life. He is locked in.
Look at the pull up there for Tama Isaac. Player timeout called by the Bulls, so they will advance. The Rams still have theirs to use in the second half.
One thing I've learned about the Rams is they sure use all of their timeouts. They play to the very last second. Doesn't matter the points difference. And they called their last timeout against Southland in the last quarter, up 40 last week. So they really like to hone in on those little details.
Well, they know what it's about as well. It's about scoring points. That's the life we live these days in these competitions. You've got to keep scoring. Every basket counts. Block over the back by Stoddart. Rams have only lost 2 games this season in the NZNBL, and one of those games was to the Bulls by 10.
It was an interesting one. Obviously, the Rams were quite short-handed in that game, and they had Kai Isaac guarding Sam Timmins to begin the game.
Yeah, they were down some tall timber. A late three there for the Bulls, and a chance to go past the half century again. Tama Isaac, smart, dribbles it across the half. Calls the player timeout. There'll be 12.9 to go, and they'll run this one down with the final shot. How many times have they been past 50 this season, Maya?
Do you have the stat on that?
5?
I would say at least 5. We've had a few here.
Maybe tonight will be their 5th time. Might be 4.
They've definitely come close quite a few times as well.
And I'm going to give you another interesting stat in just a moment. We'll see how this one plays out. A foul here off the ball. 7.8. Right now, depending on if there's a further score and who scores, amazingly amongst these 6 Rams, despite putting on 49, no player will have scored in double digits. That's how even this team is.
That's the depth. That's why they're the #1 team in the league right now.
And they go past 50 again, and that stat is out the window as Hugo goes to 11. Last shot of the game. Back of the iron for the Bulls. And that'll do us for this one tonight. Rams get the win, 51-29. What a season they have put together in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. They will finish outright second behind the Giants. The South Island Young Guns leading the way in this fantastic competition. Hugo Gonzalez Garcia starred tonight for the Rams. Here he is with Maya.
A real good game for you.
Yeah, real good, eh? Just a good way to finish the season.
Awesome. So they have some pretty key players with Drew Leo and Christian Vano. What were your key points for tonight defensively?
Yeah, our key points for Christian Vano especially was to take away the 3. Like in the South NBL, he's shooting around 46% from 3, so we just want to take that away from him. And then with Drew Leo, it's just his downhill right-hand drive and into a spin. You know, that's just like a killer, so we got to stop that as well. That's what.
Awesome. And what worked well for you guys offensively?
Just pushing transition. They only had 5 guys, so just pushing in transition.
Awesome. Thanks, Hugo. Good work.
Yeah, it's a really good point that Hugo points out there the Bulls playing with 5. They did have named coming off the bench tonight Dom Kelman-Poto and Ethan Rusbach. Those two very experienced players not stepping out in the Sky Broadband Rapid League Chemist Warehouse stats. Let's quickly run through them. Gonzalez Garcia leading the points with 11 for the Rams. Alan Miley, as we've become quite accustomed to, working hard on the boards. Look at the spread though for the Rams, just every player getting amongst it.
Yeah, that's their strength is 100% their depth. They've got 6 guys who can score, and as we see, Tama Isaac, 8 assists.
Would that be a league record in a game this season? Gee, it's got to be up there.
Yeah, it's got to be close.
Mike Lacey will check that one out for us, but it has to be up there. 8 dimes in a Rapid League game is quite amazing. Tucky Farrington leading the way with the steals as well. So one down, Maya. The Rams, the scoring juggernaut continues. They put 51 on the Bulls as we prepare for the Sal's NBL tonight.
I'm excited. I think it's going to be a good one.
Thursday night hoops. Stick with us on Sky Sport. Some of the best highlights, some of the best bits of season 2024 so far coming up after the break. And then we're straight back to Cowles Stadium. The reigning champs hoping to go back-to-back in season 2024, and they tonight are aiming for their 17th consecutive win. Rams and the Bulls to come tonight in the Sal's NBL.
Basketball is a movie, and every game is a blockbuster. E for exciting, entertainment, energy, and epic. Cowles NBL 2024 is rated E.
Back to the moon. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone. But I don't care what you think you got.
Kia ora everyone, hello and welcome to the home of the 2023 champions and maybe the 2024 champions as well. Cowles Stadium, Christchurch, Thursday night hoops in the NZNBL. The Rams aiming for their 17th consecutive victory. They've locked in a home semi-final tonight. They take on the Bulls, who are also headed to the final six, perhaps in fifth possession and a date with the Wellington Saints. Maybe the Airs, who knows? Justin Nelson with you, Maya Williamson right alongside me. Great to see you again.
I know, good to see you, Justin. It actually has been a while since I last saw you.
It has been a while. Nick Bewley's got the night off tonight, lucky devil. There is Rambo ready to go. Amazingly, only 2 losses this season for the Rams, one of which came against the Bulls. There's mixandpick.com. That's who everybody's going for tonight. Scan the QR code, have your say. Some Sal's pizzas up for grabs. And at the moment, 20% or thereabouts think the Bulls will end the Rams streak. What are your thoughts?
I think if anybody's going to do it, the Bulls,
Ooh.
they do have an ability to do so. I know, it's a bit cool. The Rams they're looking pretty good right now. It's pretty obvious that they're on form, 16 wins in a row. But the Bulls have a pretty good lineup and run by Luther Muhammad, who's been absolutely electric this season. I do think it's not an impossible call.
I'll tell you who is in form. Dom Kelman-Poto, what a ripper. I don't know who he's looking at. Is he looking at you or me?
Could be both at the same time with that. Is that inspired by a character, do you think?
I don't know. What a beauty that is. Well done to Dom Kelman-Poto. Let's have a look at the Sal's NBL ladder. Of course, it is the final round of the regular season. Rams have locked down position number 1. Tuatara have locked down position number 2 despite a loss last night. Airs and the Saints can still move. Bulls, theoretically, far too hard for them to move up into that top 4, and the Giants will round out the 6.
It's really interesting, the little bit of a traffic jam we've had. I really like the way that it's been really close this season. The fact that it's still coming down to the wire makes the competition really exciting.
Jets and the Sharks tomorrow night. Casey Frank joining me for that one. The Jets will win the wooden spoon, by the way, but maybe a chance for them to get a win to see out season 2024. Nuggets and the Bulls on a southern double. Saints and the Sharks on Sunday afternoon. Sharks in a bit of form. Saints win that. They lock down 3rd position and a crossover or a play-in final against the Giants. So there's still a lot to play out. Airs and the Giants coming up on Sunday night. This is how the Bulls will start tonight. Scott, Davidson, Timmins, Muhammad and Skinner. Can't wait to see the league's top scorer, Luther Muhammad.
Yeah, he's been absolutely electric this season, like I said, and leading the league in average points per game. He's really, no team has had an answer for his magic.
Scores 28.5% of the Bulls' points this season. That's how important he is to this team. Coach, of course, is Sebastian Gleim. Maya, you caught up with him a short time ago. Let's go and have a chat with the Bulls coach right now.
All right, the Rams are on a pretty good roll right now, as you know. What do you think your key focuses are defensively? Slow the momentum a little bit.
Yeah, it's a pretty good team. Offensively, really balanced. A lot of options on offense. We worked a lot on our identity, getting back our best flow. We have to be very aggressive, take space away, and boxing out.
Awesome, and this is a really important game for you seeding-wise. What are your key focuses for the Bulls offensively to try and get a win tonight?
The most important is, like in any game, that we play to our best abilities. So that's our main focus.
Awesome, thank you. Good luck.
Signed on for another couple of years, I believe. Sebastian's line, so we're going to see a lot more of him.
Awesome.
And I love seeing him go about his craft up and down the sidelines. You wait till you see it tonight. He is relentless.
He's a passionate guy, that's for sure. And it'd be cool to see him carry on for a few years and continue to build that culture. It's obviously a little bit hard coming in, you're an international coach and having to establish a culture with a new group. So the chance for him to go a couple more years and really build on that culture, I think that's awesome for the Bulls.
Starting lineup for the Juggernaut, otherwise known as the Wheeler Motor Company Rams. Brett, Isaac, Olbrich, Darling, Brown, MJ Walker to come off the bench. KJ Buffin still out with a high ankle sprain. Touch and go for the semi-final as well. Judd Flavel is the championship winning coach, of course. Here he is.
All right, you guys are locked in #1 seed. So what's important for you guys tonight to make sure you maintain your momentum going into the semi-final?
You said it, just keeping momentum, keeping the foot down. Tonight, obviously, we get an opponent that has got a lot to play for as well. And, you know, I like the fact that we're playing them because they got an edge to them defensively. They play physical, they play aggressive. They got weapons offensively, so this is just going to be a good test for us.
Yeah, what are you expecting from them tonight? You mentioned that that's a really important game for them in terms of seeding. What are you expecting them to throw at you tonight?
Just to do what they're always been doing. They got obviously a target player with Muhammad, you know, the ball in his hands, big target inside with Timmins. Obviously some shooters on the outside with Davidson, Skinner and Rusbatch coming back. But I've been impressed with their defense, you know, just how aggressive they get after it. And we probably, you know, I think our offense has been sort of clicking over the last few games. Tonight I think we get to see a different type of defense, which I'm keen to see how we react to that and how we navigate our way through that.
So thanks, Judd. Good luck.
Rams, of course, picked up the win in the Sky Broadband Rapid League earlier tonight, 51-29. Sal's NBL not too far away. Chemist Warehouse head-to-head. Let's have a look at the tail of the tape for this one. Interesting stat to start us off with. Players scoring 11 points plus in these two teams tonight. Look at the Bulls with 6.
I was really surprised by this when I saw it, and I knew they were deep, but I didn't realize they were that deep. And I'm surprised that the Rams weren't the one with the upper, but the Bulls have a lot of threats tonight, and I think that'll be a thing that is going to be interesting for the Rams to see how they can match up against that. Two
best shooting teams in the competition. Look at that field goal percentage. Two best teams inside the paint as well. And of course, the best defense in the Sal's NBL going the way of the Canterbury Rams. Some fascinating stats tonight with thanks to Chemist Warehouse.
Yeah, shout out Chemist Warehouse, always doing the most. And I'm really excited to see this Rams defense. I know Judd, there's a lot of preparation. He's a very smart basketball mind, and they've come up against this team short-handed. So now that they have all 5 of their best defensive guys, it'll be interesting to see what kind of things they can throw at the Bulls tonight.
It'll also be interesting to see which way the TAB is going on this one tonight, the Rams and the Bulls. Let's head over now and catch up with Tia.
Kia ora, Justin. Well, there's 16 games and counting, so it's no wonder that the Canterbury Rams are the favourites to win over the Bulls this evening. But the Bulls, they're chasing a home playoff spot. Canterbury has already booked one. So will we see them take their foot off the gas a little bit? If they do, they need to be very wary of the league's leading point scorer, Luther Muhammad, who will be sure to keep the front runners honest. If you fancy that this might be quite a close match, then check out the winning margins on the TAB app for Canterbury to win by 5 points or less. That's paying $6. While you're checking out the app, give it a go. If you do, remember to do it responsibly and then sit back, relax and enjoy a very exciting night of basketball.
Thanks, Tia. Lovely to see you as always. There's another look at Dom Kelman-Potol's latest design. Got a little bit of the Joker about it, hasn't it?
I was thinking that. I really can't put my finger on what that is. Who do you think does it?
I'm pretty sure we've had that story across this season. I know Carlin Davison used to have a fair bit to do with Dom Kelman-Potol's hair designs, but I think it's all within the family now.
I hope he pays them well.
They do a great job, don't they? Coin officials for this one tonight, Matthew Bathurst, Sam Pan and Corey Hogg. And Maya, you have been witness to some unbelievable performances this season from this team in red. Quite remarkable as the two coaches come together on the sideline to wish each other well, no doubt, not just for tonight, but also for the final 6 coming up as well. Both of these teams are headed there. The Rams headed there as the top team throughout the season. What a run.
How good have they been? Started off a little bit rough, but just have been in absolute form since then, and just such a cohesive group. So many threats across the floor, led by Taylor Britt, who's had an exceptional season, and so many working cogs that just make them such a great cohesive group. Really hard to stop.
Hope you're well wherever you're watching, right around Aotearoa, New Zealand, and indeed around the world as well. Thursday night hoops underway, and nearly an exciting way to start us tonight. The Rams are always coming up with something special.
Judd Flavel, a wonderful basketball mind, wanted to get Lockie going early, and that's going to be an interesting matchup there, Justin. Sam Timmins taking on Lockie Albrecht.
Skinner, Muhammad, Skinner, backing down Walter Brown over the top, tough shot. Battle on the board. Gee, Scott nearly claimed it over the top of Albrecht there. Here's the captain, Taylor Britt. What a season. Underneath amongst the tall timber, can't get it to go. He thought there was contact.
I think it was a good no call by the coin officials, and great for the Bulls to send double bodies at Taylor Britt. That's kind of the exactly way you're going to cover him. He's really good at an ISO one-on-one situation, so you've got to send a wall at him.
Muhammad to Timmins. Nice start for the Bulls tonight. On the charge early. They get the opening points. Albrecht, Britt bodied out of it, lost possession. Now there's a couple of whistles here, and the foul is going to come to the forefront. Corey Hogg calling that one, and I think in the end, right call. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. There's the body, Skinner coming across.
You can see the clear intention from the Bulls just to send heaps of bodies at Taylor Britt. He's been such a threat going downhill this season.
Oh, Lockie Albrecht just stepping through the big fella.
I like the way that the Rams have started to play him on the perimeter a little bit more and catching him and getting to go downhill. Obviously,
Timmins cops a little bit of a bump there.
Sam Timmins getting going early as well, getting him in the pick and roll, getting him to those low seals, forcing that Rams help defense to do a lot of work.
He's off to the Chemist Warehouse. Importantly, it also draws a foul on Lockie Albrecht. An early one for him. Slamming Sam Timmins. Of course, won a championship with the Night and Day Otago Nuggets in 2022. And misses the second. Is that Peaches?
That's pizza, I think. Everybody's up and electric so early in the game as
90
well.
seconds into the game, and we're giving out some cells.
Is that a league record there, Justin?
It's got to be. How about that? Albrecht, put back, short, Timmins, rebound. The battle is on between the two big guys.
A couple of uncharacteristic bunnies for the Rams as well to start off with. A couple of finishes that usually get going.
Muhammad had 31 last time out against the Rams. Bulls won that game by 10. Kaya Isaac taking contact. Sam Timmins, by the way, when these two teams met earlier this season, and we know the Rams were undersized. 23 points, 11 rebounds in that matchup.
He was super dominant. They did a relatively good job of keeping him at bay to begin with, but he just became too dominant in that second half.
Rams in a bit of a matchup zone here. Scott with the deep jumper. Two apiece. Albrecht. What a player.
We're going to see a lot of that, I think. Sam Timmins obviously a little bit slower footed than Lockie is. Lockie's very agile, able to go downhill. I think the game plan is going to be him getting to go downhill on Sam Timmins a little bit.
Isaac Davidson. One of the good guys of the Cells NBL. There's lots of good guys in the Cells NBL, but Isaac Davidson right up the top of that list.
Yep, absolute star player, and comes from a great family, a great family of great people, really. Kind of player you want on your team.
Got such a calming demeanour about him, hasn't he? Turnover, or is it? Albrecht battling for it in the end. Well, the Rams looked like they had lost that until the big Australian decided to get down and dirty and hit the floorboards. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Way to get after it.
Not often you see big Lockie Albrecht on the floor. And
well, it's a long way down.
It is a long way down. Standing at 6'10".
Bit easier for you and I.
Just a smidge, just a smidge.
Through hands, Mohammed for three. Timmins battling away. Isaac up with it. Quarterback to Ulbrich. Listen to the crowd here tonight. Another full house at Cowles. Mohammed, his opening points of the game.
I believe that might have been Josh Scott.
It was Scott, you're right, spot on.
And no surprise there, he is an aggressive downhill guard.
Look at this, Kaya Isaac, heads up, Ulbrich. Rim runner.
Kai delivering that with ease as well. He's stepped into a little bit of a point guard role this season, so obviously has good practice.
Nice hand in there from Scott. Getting a start. He is, as Casey Frank would like to say, twitchy.
Twitchy, that's it. That's a good word to use to describe it. Well done, Casey.
That's his, Rams nearly coming up with something there. That's the word he saves for Tui Lewis, and I reckon Josh Scott is similar.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's really hard to guard.
Skinner for three. Bulls take the lead by one.
I like what I've seen this season from Lee Skinner, shooting 33%, almost 2 threes a game. Very versatile with his length, the fact that he can shoot the three ball.
Came in, of course, mid-season to replace Jamal Brantley. Isaac for three, banks it in. I reckon he may have called that as well, Kaya Isaac.
Well, you have to. It doesn't go on the scoreboard otherwise.
Yeah, Lee Skinner, since coming in mid-season, just under 13 points and a touch over 8 rebounds per game. He's been a handy addition. And speaking of handy additions, look who's back for the Bulls. Ethan Rusbatch stepping onto the court for the first time tonight. Welcome back to Eth. 200+ games in the NZNBL.
Back home as well.
He is Canterbury, you're right. Maybe looking at an early shot here. Kaya Isaac tangling up with Rusbatch. Back down the floor. Ulbrich on Timmins. I'm looking forward to that battle tonight. From what we've seen in the opening 4 or 5 minutes of this one.
They're going to go at each other in different ways, and I'm excited to see it.
Nice drive, Luther Mohammed. His ability to get to the rack, quite amazing, Mohammed. Scott with the foul.
I just love what I've seen from Luther Mohammed this season. No team has really had an answer for his greatness. He's had 5 30-point games this season and 15 20-point games. It's not often you see someone who can prolifically score consistently like that.
Had a 40-piece, I think, one game as well.
He did indeed.
Got off the plane, first game against the Giants, got off the plane. I think he'd been in the country literally, I don't know, 8 hours. Just dropped a quiet 34 on debut.
Can't say I've ever flown into a country and dropped 34 points. Jet lag didn't exist for Luther that night.
Definitely not. And fascinating stat on Luther Mohammed during the week. He takes 28% of his team's field goal attempts, and he scores 28.4% of all Bulls points. He is an important part of this team.
100%, and if nobody can stop him, might as well keep going, right? His ability to play make and get downhill, get to his own shots and get to the rim. It's really incredible to watch.
Timmins on Farronson. Oh, that's just big man stuff from Sam Timmins.
Sam's a bully, man. He's a bully, and they send multiple bodies at him. He's really good at going up and under that baseline and keeps his body upright as they try to push the weight into him and able to finish through with one hand.
Had 3 players to beat then. Big Slam and Sam. Extends from the Chemist Warehouse. Bulls out by 3. Ulbrich with the point guard duties. Brown alone on the wing. No downtown Brown on that occasion.
That's a great look in transition. Obviously, Sam Timmins hanging back a little bit. Didn't want to guard Lockie in the backcourt.
Timmins, Rusbatch, short. Look at the flow of this game. Up and back, really quick. Walker Jr. into the action. Brown does very well, Walter Brown. What an important piece of the puzzle for the Canterbury Rams. Have a look at this, Maya.
Wow. Look, he's not going to fill out your stat sheet. You're not going to see highlight reels of Walter Brown, but without him, the Rams wouldn't be who they are. Great slasher guy, great culture guy. Knows what he needs to do when he needs to do it.
ANBL champion as well, Walter Brown, and we tend to forget, only 22, 21?
21, I believe, maybe 22 this year.
Wow. Levels it up, 12 apiece. Really good opening quarter tonight in the Sal's NBL. Isaac Davidson, what a find by Timmins as well.
I love the way that Timmins can play make out of that low post position. And Rams have to be careful. They can't give up too many open threes. Bulls are a high caliber shooting team, especially Isaac Davidson shooting just under 35% from three this season.
He can light it up. Saw him have a big game against the Hawks on the road earlier this season. I think he had 7 threes in the first half. Oh, Sam Timmins maybe aiming for the cameraman on the baseline there. That'd be a nice photo.
Probably not quite the guy he wanted to get to.
A nice big Molten logo coming your way. Speaking of big seasons, Taylor Brett in line maybe for most improved player this season in the Sal's NBL.
Look, he's got my vote, that's for sure.
MJ Walker around one over the top of Kelman Poto. Too much on it. Davidson now, the Bulls feeling it early tonight. Rusbatch, good hand, Olbrich. In fact, it's come off Rusbatch last. There's that heavy fall for MJ Walker.
I'm surprised by that. I thought it might remain Bulls' possession.
Olbrich hasn't had a spell yet. Neither Timmins. Errant pass. You're not going to see that too often off the hands of Taylor Brett. He is one of the most protective point guards when it comes to looking after the ball, isn't he?
Absolutely. His assist-to-turnover ratio was really impressive. Often you see him having 9 assists and only 1 or 2 turnovers on a night. It's been a relatively uncharacteristic start for him, but I think that's testament to the way that Bulls have thrown bodies at him and forced him into some pretty uncomfortable positions. Not a lot of teams have done that against him this season.
Key battle tonight. Lockie Olbrich, 6 points, 3 rebounds. Sam Timmins, 5 points, 5 rebounds. There's a whistle. And the Bulls are headed back to the Chemist Warehouse.
And Josh Scott seems to be the guy for them tonight. Put a ball in hand for him. Him getting downhill, I guess they just draw so much attention, don't they? You got Rusbatch and Davidson being their shooters. You're taking away some help guys, and Josh Scott's got a lot of room to work with.
Judd Flavel wants to have a chat. Calls the timeout here with 2:25 left to play in the opening quarter. I hope you're enjoying it. Hello to all of our viewers throughout the United States on ESPN. Great to have you with us right around the world, of course, on FIBA YouTube and here in Aotearoa, New Zealand, the home of basketball, Sky Sport. And that looks hard.
You can give it a go, Justin. I can see you doing that.
Yeah, I definitely cannot see myself doing that. There's a bit of talent in that.
This is a pretty impressive halftime entertainment here. Last week, somebody hit the half-court shot for $200, thanks to Wheeler Motor Company.
Well, that's not hard.
You could do that? You reckon you could go out there right now and hit a half-court shot?
Give me a couple of warm-up shots.
But you don't get warm-up shots. It's not how it works. There's a couple of guys doing backflips as well. Do you reckon you could do one of those? Standing backflip?
Backflips?
Yeah.
I've fallen off a trampoline a couple of times over the years. Does that count?
Totally, totally. Great. That's great halftime entertainment.
What have you made of the opening 7.5 minutes tonight, Maya?
This has been exactly what I thought. I think this is the biggest challenge that the Rams have faced in a long while. They've had some dominant wins over the last 4 games. The last 4 they've scored over 100 and won by margins of at least 20. And I think this is a team that is really evenly matched with the Rams, and they've obviously done a really good scout, sending a lot of bodies at Taylor Britt and neutralising that on-ball screen with Lockie Ulbrich, and I think we're in for a good one.
Well, I'm going to double down on some of the stats you just brought up then. In fact, the Rams' last 5 games, their average winning margin is 31 points.
Wow.
That's how good they're going. Scott converts from the Chemist Warehouse, and the Bulls lead by 4. Impressively, when you talk about how much the Rams have been scoring, they've only got 12 on the board here early tonight.
Yeah, again, very uncharacteristic. Often about 30 points are scored in the first quarter from my memory.
Look at Max Darling getting after it here. MJ Walker from the wing. Just a little bit too deep. Crowd was on their feet. Kaya Isaac with the foul. And Josh Scott has been a bit of a pest tonight, hasn't he?
I love it. I love it. That's what he has to do. We know this Rams team is very talented, and you've just got to send bodies. You've got to be aggressive. You've got to be annoying.
Judge Flavel thought Isaac Davidson took out the landing spot there for MJ Walker. That's what he's complaining about. Or questioning. I won't say Judd doesn't complain. He only questions.
Never.
Here's Scott. Corner, Skinner. Kelman Poto doubled. Whistle gone. Travel called against Dom Kelman Poto. What a warrior he's been over the years, DKP. One of the best 3x3 players in the country as well.
Yeah, here from Pete, he's a great human as well. Been a really good leader in that 3x3 squad. Cool to see him still chugging along here. See on that GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, the double down, forcing him into that dead zone on the baseline.
Margin at 4. Ulbrich back into the action. Has been productive in this first quarter. Has 6 of those 12 points. Kaya Isaac. What a season he's having.
I don't think I've ever seen him miss one of those pull-up jumpers. It's absolutely automatic. It's taken such a big level up this season.
And he comes up with it here. Sends it out to the corner. MJ Walker. Just like that, the Rams take the lead. Scored the last 5. The Bulls want to have a chat with 1:01 to play in the opening quarter tonight. Competitive contest, round 16, final regular season round in the Sal's NBL. The Rams, the Tuatara, the Airs, the Saints, the Bulls, the Giants, all headed to the postseason. Can't wait for the final 6. And home finals, Maya. What an opportunity for the fans to get out and support their teams, including these fans here at Cowles Stadium. So good to have the Sal's NBL returning to home finals. Venue availability's been tough, I've got to tell you, but well done to the league on getting venues for home teams up and down the country.
I mean, you can see this right here, right? The engagement from these fans.
Oh, give it to one of the kids, Dad. Come on.
Oh, look at him. You got a kid looking at it right next to him.
Surrounded by kids, and he's just raffled it.
Oh, look at her poor face. Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
That's the beauty of the TV cameras. Spotted. Sprung. We got you. We got you.
On national television.
What are some of the things you're most looking forward to with the final 6?
I think it's just going to be like, I don't know which way it's going to go. There's been a lot of traffic jam this season, especially in that 3 to 6 spot. And I think with the Airs losing Sam Froling, I think there's a spot up for grabs, honestly. And it's going to be interesting the way it turns out. I think it's going to be best team on the day. I cannot predict what's going to happen from here on out.
Tuatara lost last night to the Hawks, by the way. They don't play again for another 2 weeks. 14 days before their semi-final. Rusbatch. What an answer for the Bulls.
And that is far too much time and space for Ethan Rusbatch. He's a guy that shoots 40% from the three-point line. He puts them up in volumes as well.
Classy stuff. MJ Walker, he's starting to heat up as well tonight. He scored the last 5 for the Rams. Muhammad, he is just knocked down, isn't he?
He loves that pull-up jumper, and he loves to work with you on the dribble. You can't swivel your hips. He's going to eat you up and pull up right on the spot.
4 points for the league's leading scorer tonight. Tama Isaac, young man. What a fantastic basket in the dying seconds of the opening quarter tonight from the 17-year-old Tama Isaac, named in the New Zealand under-18 team for the Asia Cup earlier today. And we are all tied up after one, 21 apiece. Great hoops on a Thursday night in the NZNBL. Don't go away. My Hockey Maya, welcome back to Cowles Stadium tonight. Final regular season home game for the Rams. Home semi-final coming up for them on Sunday, July 21. Large pepperoni, $30. My favourite, by the way, Maya, the large pepperoni. Sal's Basket is the code, available till next Tuesday. You a pepperoni fan?
Can't say I'm the biggest pepperoni fan in the world there, Justin. I just can't hack it. I can't get behind it.
You did disclose earlier tonight that you've joined me as a lover of pineapples on pizzas, and we're a lover of Lockie Olbricht. Second quarter underway.
Not sure which I love more, pineapple on pizza or Lockie Olbricht. I can't choose.
Lockie Olbricht's had some sort of a season. I wouldn't blame you. Maybe an MVP season. He's going to be right in the mix, isn't he?
And deservedly so. Slotted right in. And he just plays an amazing style of basketball and is a great human, which I think is the most important thing about him.
Really good answer there from Lee Skinner. Had the opening basket of the game. Oh, just everything opened up there for Kaya Isaac. Basket for basket to start this second quarter. What did you make of the opening 10 minutes tonight and some of the stats with thanks to Chemist Warehouse, Maya?
It's been such an even contest, and I think that has been incredible for us to watch and great for the Rams to experience as well, coming into their home semi-final in a couple of weeks. It's good for them to have that equal contest. Interestingly, Taylor Britt with 3 turnovers. He often has games where he doesn't have close to that, let alone in the first quarter. I think slowing him down and making him ineffective has completely changed the look of the Rams team.
Max Darling getting busy. Lockie Olbricht continuing his work rate tonight. He is now out to 10 points in the game.
Seemingly winning this battle of the bigs.
Timmins looking to respond. And the Rams on a little bit of a run here. Can the Bulls hold tight? Isaac getting after it. Skinner. Rusbatch. Bulls come up with it. Good pressure defense. Muhammad now. Looking to add another 2, and he just makes it look so easy. He's up to 6.
I don't know if you can run a single coverage on Luther Muhammad. I think you've got to send bodies, got to send a hard show. He'll keep it against a hard show, but at least he's going backwards rather than downhill. And you've got to have guys in help.
Olbrich. Walker Jr. in and out. Olbrich offensive rebound is fouled. He's everywhere right now, isn't he, Lockie?
You can always expect 100% effort from him. Interestingly, that was far too easy of a rebound. I think Sam Timmins would send a little bit more physicality and work a little early to get Lockie off the boards. Only his second offensive rebound of the game, so he's done a pretty good job so far.
Chud Flavel working the sidelines right now. Again, pull up. Isaac misses. Rusbatch, rebound.
I like that from Kyle Isaac, though. He's up to 7 points. He's attacking that drops coverage quite nicely. Dom Cullen-Potter was sitting quite low.
There's Muhammad. Farrenson, outstretched hand. Not enough. Timeout Rams. And I reckon Judd Flavel is going to be having a very quick 1-minute chat here about the Bulls' number 8, Luther Muhammad.
I mean, it's hard to know what you can do to stop Luther Muhammad. No team has had an answer for that this season, but I don't think covering it with one guy is the right way to do it. I know that they'll have a scout for him prior to the game. We know he likes to dance a little bit, and the Rams have to stay square. They can't swivel their hips. He's going to dance lead him, but you've got to carry a hand at all times.
We'll be talking about the final 6. Meyer, and the way things look at the moment, the play-in games will be between the Airs matching up on the Giants. Now, that could change, of course. The Airs play the Giants this Sunday night. If the Giants got up and won that and the Saints beat the Sharks, they're going to switch positions. So still a bit to play out for the Airs and the Saints in particular. But if it stays status quo, those play-in games will be the Airs and the Giants, the winner of which will come here to Cowles Stadium to take on the Rams in a semi-final. And the other matchup right now in the play-in, the Saints and the Bulls. Let's not forget the Bulls defeated the Saints in overtime a few weeks ago in the capital. And if they match up again, it will be in Wellington, of course. The winner will take on the Tuatara in a semi-final. That's the way it looks now. It could all change over the next few days.
It could. I think the Rams will be fingers crossed that they can avoid the Saints in a semi. I think that'll be probably their biggest contest out of all the other teams possible.
Back underway out of the timeout. Olbrich. Kaya Isaac. Wow. What a game so far tonight from Kaya Isaac. He is up and about.
Yeah, outside of Lockie Ulbrich, not a lot going on from their typical role guys. Taylor Britt yet to score, which is uncharacteristic. So Kaya's obviously seen the opportunity to take a step up, and he's the one coming off the on-ball with Lockie Ulbrich now and finding a shot.
He doesn't mind matching up on the Bulls either. Had 19 points at the Stockyard earlier this season, Kaya Isaac. Olbrich and Kelman Poto. Walter Brown slashing through.
He's so good at that. Just does all the automatics of the Rams system.
And it's a battle of the timeouts now, because all of a sudden the Rams come out and score 5 straight, and Sebastian Gleim has seen enough. He calls his charges in. I like the work of the two coaches so far tonight.
Both these teams just so evenly matched. You're bound to get runs, and that's what basketball is, a game of runs. Both teams going on momentums and seeing what kind of adjustments they can throw at each other. And it's interesting to see, you know, these great basketball minds really being put to work. I'm sure Judd will appreciate it. You know, he's had some pretty big games that have probably been relatively easy to facilitate, so it's good for them to have a little bit more of a challenge.
They're on a Southern double, of course, in round 16. The Bulls taking on the Nuggets on Saturday night. Never an easy place to play, and the Nuggets are literally just walking around throwing the kitchen sink at everyone at the moment and doing pretty well, playing some good basketball.
You might as well, like, you know, the postseason is not there for them, but you may as well continue to get good reps up, good momentum. There's hopefully a few guys there that will come back next year, so got to continue to refine the little things. Looking forward to the future.
How good was it to see Kamani Lawrence last week put up his first three-point attempt of the season, and down it went.
Should have been doing it more.
Come on, Kamani.
Should have been doing it more.
Why wait until round 15?
I like it though, kept us all on our toes.
Mind you, his second three-point attempt wasn't the best, but we'll forget about that.
Don't bring it up, don't bring it up.
Margin at 5. Kelman Poto hands off to Rusbach on the step back. Ethan Rusbach. Couple of threes for him tonight.
You've got to curl over that one and try to disallow the catch. If not, get a hand, and you can't give him any time and space as a 40% three-point shooter.
Hard to believe that, what, a week ago, Ethan Rusbach and his Tall Blacks teammates were lining up against Luca and co.
It's not quite the same matchup here in New Zealand. But wow, what an experience for those guys to be able to play that kind of basketball. And didn't actually do too bad.
Invitation to Luca's open, by the way. He's welcome down in New Zealand to play some hoops anytime he wants.
I'm sure he'd like that.
Oh, Luther Muhammad. Well, that is just pure class, ladies and gentlemen. You want to see some great hoops in the Sal's NBL, get along and see Luther Muhammad. Wait till you see this again on the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. There's the spin inside Olbrich, up and over Farrenson.
Wow.
All class.
He is unguardable, honestly. Nobody can stop him. So shifty.
Up to 10 now. I think there's a double foul here. Lockie Olbrich has picked up the foul, and so too Dom Kelman Potol. So second on Olbrich. Judd Flavel's asking some questions. And I've got to say, it's the one call in basketball I hate.
Why do you hate it?
Well, if it's a double foul, just let it go.
Yeah,
if they've hit each other, play on.
I'm sure I'm sure they'll agree with that as well. Some big boys that like the physicality, don't they?
I just don't like a double foul. If they've both fouled each other, let it go.
And that sent Lockie Olbrich to the bench with 2 fouls as well.
Pound for pound, blow for blow. A lot of contact there. Turnover. Kelman Potol comes up with it. Bulls feeling it right now. Muhammad feeling it in particular. Up to 12. They retake the lead by 2. It's a game of runs. MJ Walker.
Now this is a ball game. This is exactly what I expected to see from this matchup. Good to see MJ Walker get going. He's had a few quiet ones the last couple games.
Taylor Britt holding Rusbach. This one's got it all right now, hasn't it? There's some real feeling here. Final 6. Closing in. There's that MJ Walker 3. Kelman Poto. And Darling getting physical. Corner, 3, Skinner. He's hit a couple from that spot.
The Bulls are punishing right now, and Luther Muhammad just drawing so much attention to himself. Good to see him throw that extra pass and find the open shooter. And Skinner being a good teammate, knocking that one down.
Tough night at the office for Taylor Britt. Nothing going right for him.
Yeah, yet to score, Taylor Britt. Again, really uncharacteristic. He's second in scoring for the Rams. And quite often just able to get downhill on his left hand.
Bulls 5 of 8 from downtown. Rams move up to 5 of 13 off the back of Kaya Isaac. He's got, how many in the game for Kaya Isaac? Is that 13? It is.
13, it is, and a really high clip as well, shooting 66% so far. He's really taken a step up outside of Taylor Britt. Not having much luck.
Mohammed loves the matchup on Farrington right now. Kalman Poto, soft touch. Gee, we've seen him do it for years and years, DKP.
Yeah, he's back to the basketball. The Bulls just showing so much depth at the moment.
And again, Taylor Britt, another miss. Nothing in this contest tonight. Olbrich about to come back onto the floor. He's got 2 fouls.
And that's a great on-ball screen coverage there from Max Starling, coming out in the hard show and taking a stab at it, getting the ball out of Luther Muhammad's hands and disallowing that downhill drive. It's exactly what you want to do with a player like him.
Judd Floville is working for his paycheck tonight, isn't he?
He's certainly passionate. He is certainly passionate. We've seen it from Sebastian Gleim as well. Very animated.
As I mentioned earlier, they've won their last 5 games by an average of 31 as Muhammad adds another 2. I think it's going to be 31 tonight somehow. This has got a real finals feel about it.
Yeah, I feel this one's going down to the wire. Wow.
Rams looking to extend their streak to 17. Bulls beat the Saints in overtime and then lost their next 3 before bouncing back last week. Taylor Britt knocking that out of the hands of Muhammad. I had a chat with Sebastian Gleim before the game and we spoke about that, and he just said they lost a bit of rhythm, lost a bit of form for a few weeks, but starting to get it back right now.
Yeah, they seem to be in prime position right now. Not a lot going wrong for them.
Oh, Ethan Rusbatch. How did he do that? Olbrich is fouled. Big slam and Sam wanted the block. I think it might be on Isaac Davidson, it is.
You can tell how important having Lockie Olbrich is for the Rams so far. He's on 2 fouls, but Judd's obviously willing to risk it because outside of Kai Isaac, not a lot going on offensively, and Lockie just creates so much.
Upstairs, definitely clean for Timmins. Foul was on Davidson. Olbrich misses at the Chemist Warehouse. Bulls all of a sudden out by 5.
Surprising, and I think this is a situation the Rams have not been in for a while, and often it's hard to learn how to adjust to that when you've just forgotten.
Already seen some pizzas given away in the opening 90 seconds tonight at the other end, with the Bulls missing 2 from the Chemist Warehouse. Olbrich doesn't count for the home team doing it, by the way.
Doesn't?
I don't think so. You can't give away Sells pizzas
for your own
when the home team misses 2.
Maybe we get the pizza.
Well, there you go. I like that.
Not if it's pepperoni, though.
What was Crystal Ledger Walker's new line? Miss twice, get a slice.
Oh, I like that. Well done, Crystal.
Timmins, loose pass. Skinner, got to get busy now. Shot clock at 5. He'll fire from deep. Lee Skinner for 3. 3rd triple of the night for him.
And you can't allow him that time and space, right? He's hit 2 already, and he had so much space and so much time to pull up and hit that.
Margin at 8. This Bulls team feeling it. Kaya Isaac has been wonderful in the opening half. Just over 1.5 to play. Both teams have their player timeout. Taylor Britt's on the board.
And that's more like it, right? Taylor Britt going downhill on his left hand, getting at the rim. Hasn't had a lot of success, but there he is. If he can get going, the Bulls team are in trouble.
Got a huge cheer from the fans as well. Skinner keeps it alive to Muhammad. Let's see what the Wizard can do. Deep 2. Oh, he is a wizard. Pure magician, Luther Muhammad.
Is there an answer for that? I don't know.
Maybe. Lockie Olbrich, short. He's opposite. Big centre rebounds. Mohammed again on the drive. He only knows one way, Mohammed. Farronson, Fendor, think Scott played for that. Good no call for mine, and Farronson finishes.
And that's quite an important bucket there for the Rams. They were down 8, and then no bucket there and a bucket at the other end for the Bulls. Could have sent it to 10. So really important to slow that momentum a little bit.
I'll tell you what, you couldn't blame the Rams tonight. Guaranteed home semi-final, guaranteed. You couldn't blame them. There's that flop warning on Josh Scott. I think that's the right call. Couldn't blame the Rams for maybe putting the Q in the rack tonight. But gee, there's pride in this team. I just cannot see it happening.
No, I can't see it happening. I don't think that's Judd's philosophy. He's a guy that likes to hone in on the little things. He calls timeouts when they're up by 40 in the last quarter. And although it's likely, I think they're playing to win it tonight. And I think going into a home semi-final in a couple of weeks, they're going to want to have a little bit of momentum.
Rusbach. Player timeout called there by the Rams. 9.4 to play in the opening half. Bulls lead it by 6 if you're just joining us. Been a contest. Bulls came into round 16, outside chance of jumping up into the top 4 and getting a home final. They need to win both. They need the Saints at least to lose against the Sharks on Sunday, and they've got about 140 odd points to pick up on the differential. By the way, they went down by 22 points earlier tonight, so that's not going to help. But maybe some good form that will help, and that'll do us. So half-time here. Terrific contest tonight in the NZNBL. And this Bulls team have come to town on a mission. Southern double for them, Nuggets to come on Saturday night. But right now, the Rams have got the job ahead of them. Kai Isaac's been involved in everything in the opening half. Here he is with Maya Williamson. So half-time here in Christchurch. Half-time entertainment about to start. Pretty glittery tonight, isn't it? Thursday night hoops in the NZNBL. Hope you're enjoying it. Bulls fans will certainly be happy with what they have seen in the opening half. Finding some form on the eve of the final 6. Chemist Warehouse stats coming your way right after the break. Welcome back to Cowles Stadium, a half-time tonight. And look at a beauty. Rams with some work to do. Judd Flavel issuing the instructions right now. Lockie Olbrich locked in. Rams are down by 6, searching for their 17th straight win of the season on the eve of the final 6. Can the 23 champs come out and get the job done? KJ Buffin there, out with an ankle injury again tonight. Touch and go at the moment for next week's semi-final. Bulls on the charge though, finding some form. Let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats at half-time. Maya Williamson, take us through them.
Luther Muhammad has put on an absolute clinic. It was Josh Scott to begin with, but now he's 8 from 11, 72%, 16 points. No one's been able to stop him, and Kaya Isaac on the other side has taken that step up. Taylor Britt hasn't had a lot of luck tonight, so he's had a blinder with 13 points. Lockie Olbrich obviously on the boards. The battle of the big men, how good's that been?
Yeah, been really good tonight, especially that opening quarter. Guards got going in that second quarter, but Olbrich and Timmins, look out for that one early in the third. A lot to play out there. Muhammad involved in everything, and he is definitely the man that the Rams need to stop. Love the fact that Olbrich's come up with a couple of dimes as well.
And it's interesting that Taylor Britt's only with 1 and 3 turnovers. I spoke prior to the game about his assist-to-turnover ratio being really good. He's proven me wrong tonight.
What's Kai Isaac doing there with the block amongst Olbrich and Timmins?
Hey, to be fair, last time these guys played, he was the matchup initially on Sam Timmins, so he can play above his sides.
Skinner with a couple of steals. Been really impressed with Lee Skinner tonight. 3 triples in that opening half. He's got 11 points in the game. So it's a good one tonight. A lot to play out still here. Exciting second half, not too far away. And to be fair, Maya, that looks a lot tougher than the backflips and the entertainment we saw earlier on tonight. The applause of the crowd, they love it here in Christchurch. Up and about tonight, and they'll be hoping their team can find a way to come back in the third quarter. 6 in it at the half. Third quarter coming up after the break. No mai hoki mai, welcome back to Cowles Stadium tonight, home of the 2023 Sal's NBL champions, and well on their way to another title, back-to-back, maybe.
Yes.
Coming up in the weeks ahead. Great to see the kids out and about tonight. Family fun, of course, in the Sal's NBL. Kids everywhere up and down the country enjoying it, giving us the old shush. What's that about?
Trying to be all tough. Trying to be all tough on TV.
Bulls lead it by 6. Third quarter coming up. Got to tell you, it's been a pleasure to come down here and work beside you tonight. Maya, I feel like we're on a bit of an even balance here.
It's quite nice, isn't
usually
it?
I'm looking up at Casey and...
Yeah, I've no Casey Frank, that's for sure. You're welcome. Saving you a bit of neck problems.
Good to see you. No Nick Bewley tonight. Night off for him. What's he up to, by the way? Why is he taking the night off?
He's gone overseas for a wedding, man.
Has he?
Can't blame the guy. A little vacation. We all need one right now.
It's a bit of a country theme here tonight, Cowles Stadium. You can hear the music in the background, and fans are definitely getting into it as well. Here's the mixandpick.com poll. Who's going to win this one tonight? Bulls started the night at 20%. They're up to 30% now. So Bulls fans like what they've seen in the opening half. Rams still leading the way. The viewers out there think that they're going to get up over the top. Rambo, what's going on there? Is he having a bit of a sulk, bit of a cry?
It's a hard night, man. They've won 16 in a row. The Rams aren't used to this losing thing.
MVP poll coming your way in the last quarter as well. Get ready to vote on that. It's going to be a really tight race for tonight's MVP, I think. Third quarter up and going. Walter Brown had it, lost it. Mohammed Timmins. What a start to this second half for the Bulls.
Good to see the Rams throwing Walter Brown at Luther Mohammed, but again, it takes all 5 guys to defend.
Olbrich, second effort. Doesn't go down either. And the Bulls get it back. They're playing with some confidence right now.
Well, they're on an absolute roll, and they've been on form. Obviously, Luther Mohammed's been really good, but they're shooting 60% from the field and 60% from the three-point line. And only 5 turnovers in the first half as well. So they've really been on form as a whole.
11 wins, 7 losses coming into this one tonight. 2 games in round 16 for the Bulls. If they get this one tonight and then can take down the Nuggets, they're going to finish on a 13-7 season. Impressive stuff. Britt to Brown from downtown. There he is.
Love the patience from the Rams in that one. Had Lockie Ulbrich out in the low post, being a little bit like Jokic, throwing that corner pass, and that ball movement is what you like to see from the Rams, getting into a rhythm 3 for Walter Brown.
That Scott shot batted away off the iron. Here's the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Walter Brown now playing defense on Luther Mohammed. Olbrich, ball in hand, maybe coast to coast for Lockie Olbrich, leaves it short. Had 10 points early, Maya, in the game, and he's stuck on 10 right now.
Yeah, Sam Timmins has done a really good job at walling up, forcing him into some tougher shots than usual. I think he's missed a couple bunnies to start this quarter, which is uncharacteristic as Walter Brown tries to go back-to-back.
Same spot, different result. Isaac, classy tonight. He's been everywhere. Corner, 3, that misses. Olbrich to go back again. A couple of hands in there. Who's going to claim the block, Skinner or Timmins? Great pressure, Bulls. Playing with some real vigour, aren't they?
100%, and I like the way they're really packing the paint against this Rams team, who are known for a dominant interior presence and their ability to dig at drivers and then get out to shooters once again. Nothing easy for these Rams guys.
Case in point right there. Whistle And I reckon this is going to be a technical foul. It is on Taylor Britt. He was unhappy with the attention he got on that last drive, and he let coin official Matt Bathurst know all about it as he came back down the floor. So he's been teed up. Judd Flavel is up and going again.
And that is not what you need when you're the Rams right now. You're on the back foot in terms of momentum. You're down now 6, and your captain losing his head a little bit.
Easiest shot of the night for Luther Muhammad as well.
And he was on a bit of a cooler, like he was. Walter Brown's done a really good job coming out of the halftime point. And obviously don't want to give him any easy opportunities or any chance to get a hot hand once again.
Mind you, Luther Muhammad's cooler is lukewarm.
Yes, indeed. You're right.
Skinner. Easiest shot of the night for him. Doesn't go through the bottom of the net. Darling receives from Isaac. That one way over the top. And the Bulls come again. Sebastian Gleim calling the shots from the sidelines. Offensive foul against Dom Kelman-Potter. I reckon there might be a few other coaches around the league right now, Maya, taking some notes on what the Bulls are doing to the Rams.
I think so. I think it's been a massive question mark how you're supposed to guard this Rams team, notably the duo of Taylor Britt and Lockie Ulbrich in an on-ball screen that we're seeing right now. And the Bulls have just done it right so far. They've sent so many bodies at drivers, and
Kaya Isaac responds.
Can't stop Kai Isaac on the drive, but I think they've done a relatively good job of having bodies in the paint, showing a dig, and then getting back out to getting back out to shooters, and it's worked successfully so far.
Rusbatch. You just cannot give that man space.
See Coach Judd Flavel on the sideline telling his guys, you need to rotate. You've got to anticipate where your shooters are and where the ball's going.
Ulbrich puts it down. Fans applaud that move. Rusbatch, by the way, has moved to 11 in the game. He's got 3 threes. And if the ladder does stay the way it is, that crossover will be the winner of the Airs and Giants. So Sam McKinnon and Mike Fitchett will have pages of notes coming out of this one tonight. They will be watching on intently. Ulbrich leaves it short at the Chemist Warehouse. It hasn't been a friend to him tonight. He's 0 of 3 from the stripe.
Very unlike him. These Rams guys seem to have come a little unprepared. Really hard day at the office for both Taylor Britt and seemingly Lockie Ulbrich coming into the second half.
Davidson there just using a bit of muscle. Margin at 7. Britt running off Ulbrich. Isaac. Baseline. Darling had it, lost it, got it back. Good play, Max Darling. He just battles and battles and battles, doesn't he?
Absolutely, and a really quiet start from him. He's only put up 3 shots, no points, and that's his first points of the night. I think if your main guys aren't going, you've got to take some responsibility yourself, and Max is a big body. He can look to work to go downhill.
So, Judd Flavel, I think, maybe has just been told to keep the conversation to a minimum. I'm not sure if it was actually directed at Judd there. That's been happening off the ball. That's why we've got to break in play. Sam Pan, the coin official, having a chat to the Rams. Not sure if it was directed at Judd or maybe someone else.
I think they were saying Walter Brown had to sub off, hence why MJ came in.
That was the conversation?
I think so, because Walter's back at the sub bench now,
right.
But there must have been a little bit of blood or something, and I guess the rule is you have to go out.
Well, it seemed a little bit odd because from the body language, it was as if there was a warning.
Yeah, it seemed like a lot of anger coming out of that one.
But clearly, it is to do with Walter Brown, you're right.
Oh, and he's not allowed back on court.
No, he's got to wait just a little bit longer. Timmins. Oh, getting up, Rusbatch. Foul's been called on Olbrich. Forget about the age, forget about the miles in the legs. Look at Ethan Rusbatch here. Oh, getting up. And that's the third foul. Fourth foul. Is it third? Third foul.
Third.
On Lockie Olbrich.
And that's a compromised position for him and the Rams. We've talked about it before. Not a lot of success for the Rams offensively outside of Kai and Lockie. So you put Lockie on the bench, you're putting the Rams in a relatively compromised position.
Leading scorers tonight, with thanks to Chemist Warehouse for the Rams. Kaya Isaac, 15 points. Lockie Olbrich has 12. And for the Bulls, Luther Muhammad, 17. Rusbatch moves to 13. Lee Skinner has 11. MJ Walker, closely guarded by Rusbatch. Farrenson for 3. Leaves it short. Midway through the third quarter, Bulls by 6. Early catch and release for Rusbatch. Olbrich, Walker, corner, doesn't get the roll.
The three-point shooting of the Rams tonight is starting to look like how they shot at the beginning of the season. I think they've just tipped under 30%.
6 of 20 they are, Maya, spot on, going under 30%. 7 of 13, the Bulls at 53% from the arc. Skinner's already hit 3. Can't make it 4. Tense battle. Halftime margin was 6. It's at 6 again. Taylor Brett. Well, he's the one man that can get this Rams team going.
He is the heart and soul of the Canterbury Rams. And he really is the glue on court. Prior to that bucket, he was 12% from the field, 1 from 8. And when he's having an off night, the entire Rams team has an off night.
Averaging 17. He's got 4 in the game, and the Rams have got it back here.
Well, he's typically just so efficient, right? He shoots just under 60% on the season.
Foul on Timmins here in the end. Lots of desperation. Timmins going in underneath Brown. That was the whistle. Winners so far, round 16. Sal's NBL, the 5. What a win that was on Tuesday night against the Jets. A 1-point thriller.
That was exciting.
Great way for the new kids to finish the season. And the Hawks last night upsetting the Tuatara, 108 to 102. The Aucklanders now have to sit for 2 weeks, believe it or not, before their home semi-final. MJ Walker sliding under the table.
It's been a physical matchup so far. Both these teams knowing that the way they're going to guard each other is with a lot of physicality and aggression. A lot of downhill guys and some dominant inside presence. I'd like to see MJ Walker with a little bit more ball in hand, a bit more creation out of him off an on-ball screen, or maybe get him curling off some pin downs, get him alive and into some action.
He's got 9 points tonight. Jets and the Sharks tomorrow night from Fly Palmy Arena. Jets are going to take out the wooden spoon. The bigger question is, can they win their first game since, I think it's April the 3rd?
Against the Sharks, wasn't it?
It was against the Sharks, you're right. That's their only win of the season.
You'd hope they can finish on 2. Fingers crossed.
Casey Frank joining me for that one tomorrow night. Jets and the Sharks live on Sky Sport. Bodies crashing, Skinner missing, Bulls getting it back. Saturday action in the Sal's NBL, Nuggets and the Bulls on Saturday night. And then a Sunday double, Saints and the Sharks. Mid-afternoon, that game also live and free on Sky Open. What a storied history the Saints and the Sharks have had over the last 15 odd years. And the Airs and the Giants close it down on Sunday night. That's the regular season done. And they may match up in the opening play-in final on Wednesday night. Foul, Davidson. This crowd, Maya Williamson, you're used to them. We're back to 2, and they're starting to get into it, the Rams faithful.
Yeah, it's a passionate crowd for sure. You can just see, I was talking about it before, just so much aggression and physicality. Isaac Davidson with a little tongue. Not fazed at all by that foul call. And Bulls now in the bonus. This could be a little bit of a dangerous territory for them. Putting up points in bunches and getting some nice stops on the Rams team, but now sending them to the free throw line gives the Rams a chance to crawl it back.
MJ Walker at the Chemist Warehouse. Converted a couple not that long ago. Adds another one. Four from 4 from the coloured stripe tonight. MJ Walker. 4 from 4 this quarter. And we are all locked up again. Scott just took it in front of Walker Jr. Now goes over the top, short on the iron. If they score here, this crowd will go wild. They've battled tonight, and they hit the lead. Oh my, MJ Walker. We called it, we got it. Out by 3, Walker Jr.'s come to life, and the crowd has responded. How about that?
And that's exactly what you need him to do. Taylor Britt's not having a great night. Lockie Albrecht sitting on the bench. Somebody else needs to step up, and it's going to be MJ Walker. He had a phenomenal performance against the Bulls last time they played. 5 threes in the last quarter. He's getting hot a little bit earlier tonight, and it's exactly what the Rams need at this moment in time.
He's up to 15. Back to the Chemist Warehouse again for the N1. 4 of 4 this quarter. Always happens, doesn't it? That one misses. Importantly though, Rams out by 3. Biggest lead of the night for the Bulls was 8. Timmins through hands. Skinner got Walker off the floor, then drains the deep 2.
Luther Muhammad's had a really cool start to the second half, so great to see that somebody else outside of him is beginning to step up.
Skinner up to 13. Walker feeling it. Inside, outside. Brown looked long off the hand. It was. Muhammad's got no one running with him here. 4 red singlets in front of him. Now the cavalry arrives. Skinner, sneaky look. Scott, nowhere to go. Farrenson closed him down. Shot clock at 3. They've got to go. Rams come up with it. Great defense from the home team.
That was just a perfect defensive execution.
Brown! WB gets the crowd up and going again. Timeout Bulls. The Rams on the charge. Down by 8. Up by 3. The reigning champs. 16 straight wins. Here they come.
Wow. Wow. They didn't look like the Rams that we know in the first half, but now they're beginning to shape up. And it's definitely started at the defensive end for them. Luther Muhammad has completely slowed down, had 16 at halftime, and now we're almost at the 4th quarter time, and he's only scored 1 point in the quarter. Massive game changer. We know almost 30% of the Bulls scoring comes from him, and if you can slow him down, slow them down as a whole. And they're just completing all the little things defensively. They're boxing out, they're getting up on shooters, they're executing their hard shows and their rotations out of that. And then finding a little bit of offensive momentum, finally.
Rams winning the quarter right now, 21-12. Some highlights here. Walter Brown. What a game from him tonight. He's been involved in plenty, one end to the other, taking on Big Sam and finishing hard off the glass. Sam Timmins, by the way, that's his third foul. Kelman Potto has 4. Isaac Davidson has 4. It's been well documented this season. If there's one thing this Bulls team needs to start avoiding, it's foul trouble. It's haunted them all season long.
And in a game like this, it's going to be really important, right? The Bulls rely on the fact that they have pieces that can come off the bench and contribute. If you don't have those, it puts a lot of pressure on these guys to try and find momentum out of nowhere. And then you're going to send Rams to the free throw line, and you don't want to do that in a tight game. It's just 3 points.
Looks like a bit of an interesting conversation between Josh Scott and Luther Muhammad a moment ago as well. Skinner, oh, he's been big tonight. He's been huge from 3.
And he seems to be the guy that the Rams need to look out for now. Can't afford to help off him.
Turnover. Taylor Britt. Bulls are doing a job on him tonight. Lee Skinner, by the way, 4 of 6 from deep.
And I like the way that Luther Muhammad is playing selfless basketball. Sometimes when he goes downhill, he can be a little bit tunnel vision, but he's obviously come with the responsibility tonight to get the ball to the hands of a scorer. And it's not him at the moment, but he's been able to find his teammates.
4th turnover of the game for Taylor Britt. Shot clock again counting down. We're at 6. Scott deep 2. Looked pretty good off the hand. Wasn't able to finish it. Inside out dribble. Farrenson just tripped over his own feet at the end. Under a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. Hope you're enjoying it. It's a good one. Justin Nelson, Maya Williamson with you. Here's that replay on Farrenson. There's the slip.
Silly turnover. And just interestingly, Rams averaging 97 points a game. Currently only at 63. I think this might be one of the best defensive efforts we've seen against the Rams all season. If not, maybe the best.
Been tough going earlier tonight in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Rams over 50 points again, getting the win. 51 to 29. Timmins, oh, just got up, didn't he? That's a really good catch, Sam Timmins. Fingertipper.
It is, and the lack of Lockie Ulbrich, right? You've got nobody to match that size.
Oh, another turnover for the Rams. They're racking up right now. That's their 10th of the game. And the last 2 have come off passes to a player who had left the spot.
Completely unforced errors, right? And that's just letting the momentum speed you up a little bit. They're playing exactly into what the Bulls want. And they have a chance to capitalise right now.
14 points off turnovers tonight for the Bulls. Muhammad misses. Dying stages, 3rd quarter. Great comeback by the Rams, but the Bulls have responded. They've scored the last 5. Isaac, Farrenson, little fake. The make, oh, it's halfway down. That'll do us. How did that bobble out for Tucky Farrenson? We are set to go. 1 quarter to play. Bulls lead it by 2. Grab a drink, grab a bite to eat, and then get back and enjoy what's coming your way after the break. A thriller tonight in the NZNBL.
Kia ora, Justin. Well, there's 16 games and counting, so it's no wonder that the Canterbury Rams are the favourites to win over the Bulls this evening. But the Bulls, they're chasing a home playoff spot. Canterbury has already booked one, so will we see them take their foot off the gas a little bit? If they do, they need to be very wary of the league's leading point scorer Luther Muhammad, who will be sure to keep the front runners honest. If you fancy that this might be quite a close match, then check out the winning margin.
Welcome back to Cowles. Bulls lead this one by 2 with a quarter to play. Last regular season game for the Rams. The Bulls still with 1 to come against the Nuggets on Saturday night. Quick apologies to everybody out there. We understand a little bit of static in the sound at the moment. Just working on that gremlin. Stick with us. What would a night be without a couple of gremlins running around, eh?
Couple of gremlins.
All of the stats, of course, with thanks to Chemist Warehouse. Last quarter underway. Maya Williamson. What did you make of that exciting third quarter? Sam Timmins with the block.
I mean, it was really unexpected, I think. Rams a little bit more on form defensively. The Bulls went on a great run. And
Rusbach. Another 3 for him. That's his 4th triple of the night. Muhammad getting after it there on Tama Isaac. Tell you what, the Bulls' ball movement off that last basket was terrific. Game MVP, here you go. Get in and vote. Have some fun. It's free, of course. There's some Sal's pizzas up for grabs. Rusbach with 33% of the vote right now.
I mean, it's not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout. He shot the ball extremely well. Rams giving him time and space. He's going to take it.
He's got plenty of fans out there. Walter Brown, smart play to Olbrich.
Almost missed that one, the lucky Olbrich. Good to see him back on the floor. Walter Brown getting a lot of minutes tonight as well. He's been really good, 10 points. Been real solid for this Rams squad.
Does the win streak end tonight? Kaya Isaac. Farrenson. The Rams respond. Back to 1.
It all starts with stops for the Rams squad.
Scott, Muhammad, basket for basket to start this last quarter. Gee, this has been a fun game.
This entire matchup has been completely even. They're almost even in every stat category. Points from turnovers, points in the paint, second chance points, fast break points, bench points. Only a few separating them in each category. It's a really evenly matched team.
Oh, another errant pass. Seen that a few times tonight from the Rams, and it's not something we've seen much of this season. Just getting that score fixed up for you, by the way. Bulls up by 1.
Rams up to 11 turnovers now, like you spoke about, uncharacteristic.
Here's Scott. Corner, Rusbach. Timeout Rams. Ethan Rusbach, the Cantabrian, is back at home and letting everybody know that he's here. No wonder he's leading the MVP poll right now. We'll bring that back up on screen for you in just a moment. The scoreboard has fixed itself up. We've just been waiting for it to tick over here in the stadium. That score is correct, 73 to 67. Muhammad has jumped to 46%. Rusbach to 17%. He's dropped down, but he's got 19 in the game now. Skinner's been terrific with 12%. Maya, the fact that 3 Bulls are leading the MVP race tonight says a lot about the way they've played.
It's very telling. They've had some really dominant performances. And Luther Muhammad started off well. He had a 16-point first half, and now Ethan Rusbach is just shooting the lights out. And the Rams need to do a better job. Everybody knows that Ethan Rusbach is a 3-point shooter. He is one of New Zealand's most prolific 3-point shooters. And that last one was just a drive and a kick. That's the easiest way to get a 3-point shot in basketball. And the Rams got to be anticipating things like that if they want to get a win tonight. If not, the Bulls are just going to continue to dominate.
Double-double for Lockie Olbrich tonight. 14 points, 10 rebounds. It's been pretty well held, though, to be fair. Kaya Isaac has 15. Walker Jr. has 15. He's currently sitting on the bench. I reckon we'll see him back out there pretty soon. Muhammad 19 for the Bulls. Skinner has 16. Rusbach up to 19 now off the bench. Welcome back to the lineup. Olbrich, good defense. Sam Timmins And how many turnovers tonight is that for the Rams? They're up to 12.
A lot of unforced errors happening as well. You saw the vision there. Lockie Ulbrich wanting to take Sam Timmins downhill. Doesn't want to defend on the three-point line, but just an errant handle.
8-4 run by the Bulls in this last quarter. Has them up by 6. Can the Rams respond again? Taylor Britt. No doubt about that foul.
Just that Bulls body coming across a little bit too late. Obviously, the entirety of the game, the scout has been just send a wall early at Taylor Britt. You're a little bit too late. All the momentum's going forward.
Who's your MVP? By the way, Britt's going to go to the Chemist Warehouse here.
It's not Britt, that's for sure.
Well, we'll have a look. Well, you're right, it's not. That helps, though.
I think I've got to go with Luther Muhammad. Not only there's the 19 points, but there's the 6 assists as well, and 5 rebounds to go alongside that. He was on a heater early, came a little bit cool, but then able to find his teammates, and that's why Ethan Rusbatch has had so much success in the second half.
Britt splits the pair. We'll bring the votes back up for you in a moment so you can have a look and scan the QR code and get involved. We want to hear from our viewers, of course. We want you to tell us who your MVP is tonight. Rusbatch did not hesitate on the look, and look at Taylor Britt, the captain, to the corner. Scott did well to close down his opposite number 11, who gets the drop. Kaya Isaac up to 17.
I say it all the time, but he has elevated his game so impressively from last season. He was a 3-and-D last season. Now he's utilising that shot fake and getting to that stop and pop. And he's been so good for the Rams tonight.
It looks like the viewers are listening to you, Maya Williamson. Luther Muhammad up to 42% now. Have your say, Josh Scott for 3. Oh, what's happened there? No whistle, lots of contact, and another basket for the Bulls. Gee, that all happened so quick.
I blinked my eyes, and then there was a turnover. Another one for the Rams.
And Ulbrich can't convert. 70-78. Timmins. Can they take this out to a double-digit lead? Rusbatch off one leg. What a game from the Bulls tonight. Brown draws contact.
And he has been such a driver for this Rams team. He's probably the only guy that has been consistently driving. He's taken a massive load on his shoulders. Seeing him again at GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, attacking Lee Skinner's hip, getting himself to the free throw line. And you're right, Justin, they do like to foul, and that's going to be their Achilles heel going into these last 6 minutes.
So Walter Brown puts the first one down. Second one at the Chemist Warehouse makes that as well. They're not done with yet. Long way to go in this game. Our apologies. A couple of sound issues tonight. The team behind the scenes working on that. Muhammad, your MVP, Maya Williamson. Right on cue.
Prove me right, time and time again. It's looking a little bit too easy for him. He needs multiple bodies when he's in the paint. Single coverage is not enough to stop Luther Muhammad.
He's got 21 now. MJ Walker back into the action. Isaac. That's come off the foot of Skinner. Margin at 8. This Rams team has had a heck of a season.
Just had word that we are fixing the scoreboard. That 3 from Josh Scott was actually a 2. Foot must have been on the line.
There you go.
So it should be 79-72.
That's why we've got a stop in play at the moment. coin officials on the sidelines all over that. So that will change. 79-72 is the correct score. In fact, no, we're going to change that because they're signalling that it was a 3.
Okay.
So a little bit of confusion, but we can tell you that 80-72 is the correct score. Until now, it's 80-74.
Taylor Britt gets one going finally. Recognise that Isaac Davidson was in a compromised position, having 4 fouls. And they're going to look to go at him, I think, going to these last 5 minutes.
Margin at 6. Rams need to get a stop. 5 to play. Mohammed. Oh, terrific pass inside to Dom Kelman Poto. Mark that down as a great dime to Luther Mohammed.
The Bulls on form. Really making any mistakes in this last quarter.
Trying to clear space. Darling. Skinner. Equal to the threat. The Rams are going to have a timeout here in a moment. Davidson has had a good game. Kelman Poto hands it off to his star shooting guard, Luther Mohammed. Can't convert. Britt comes up with it. On a charge now. Puts on the afterburners. Skinner with another block. Played a really good role tonight, hasn't he, Lee Skinner?
Absolutely. He's been such a great supporting piece with Luther Mohammed and Ethan Rusbridge, drawing so much attention. Lee Skinner's done all the right things and knocked down all of his open shots. Can he get another?
Skinner. Deep. Got to say, I saw this confidence from the Bulls a few weeks ago in Wellington when they beat the Saints in overtime. I'm seeing very similar signs here tonight. They are all locked into the job.
And I think for them it's so important. Not only are they competing for seeding, and even if they end up with 5th, this is great momentum for them going into the playoffs. They are completely on form right now, and they could be a surprise coming into that final 6 if they play like they are playing tonight.
And I know it doesn't always come across on TV. Mohammed draws the foul. He's going to go to the stripe here. I know it doesn't always come across on TV, Maya, but this Bulls team, I mentioned that they're locked in. They're just constantly talking to each other out there, communicating, directing traffic. The bench is talking. It's almost as if they have totally shut out the crowd. They've completely zoned out from that, and it's just all about them. Good signs.
Yeah, absolutely. And a game like this, you have to, right? You lock off for 1 second, and the Rams catch you lacking. And I think because they have so many threats across the board, this team has to be consistently communicating with each other in order to get stops. And they've done just that.
There's the MVP vote. Can I just point something out here? Luther Mohammed's been excellent, 37%, no doubt. Ethan Rusbach has had a heck of a game. Isaac Davidson. Lee Skinner at 5%. I reckon he should be up in double digits.
You've got to give him more credit than that.
Lee Skinner, 16 points at 54%, 10 rebounds, 3 steals, a block and a couple of assists.
And not to mention, not a single turnover in 34 minutes.
4 triples for him tonight. Come on, folks. Scan the QR code and have a vote. Lee Skinner deserves a little bit of love.
Give him some respect, man.
I'm sure Luther and Ethan would be happy to give up a bit of the margin there.
You'd say so. Yeah, 37%. That's quite a bit. 5 more percent to Lee Skinner.
We'll check back in shortly and see if Lee Skinner's found a little bit of love. 3:14 to play, 82-74. And now it's about how the Rams respond. Not sure that you want to go into the finals with a loss, but if the Rams go down tonight, believe it or not, the 2 hosting semi-final teams will be heading into those semi-finals coming off a loss.
And it's big for the Rams, right? 16 in a row. And that streak ends just prior to the semi-final. Not great for the momentum, and we do have a hold-up because that Josh Scott 3.
Are they still going on about that?
It was in fact a 2. I've just seen a replay. Can confirm his foot was on the line. That is being corrected.
Wow.
I didn't think you could correct something like that this late in the game, but
Neither did I.
miracle of a replay. Technology these days.
I just want to add another stat to this. The Rams have not lost since April the 14th, when they went down here at home to the Tuatara. Now, you remember that game? That was the game that the Aucklanders hit 47 points in the second quarter.
My, oh my.
So I'll let you count the days, but April the 14th, that's like 3 months ago.
They've been on complete rolls since then. They've had a couple of games where they've been tested, but nothing like this. And if they lose this game, Bulls will be the only team to have beaten the Rams twice this season.
Yeah, you're right. Margin at 9. Walker leaves it short. They're feeling it, the Bulls. I know that they've got a watch party on tonight in Pukekohe at the Good Home. It will be going right off at the moment. Hello to all of our viewers. And add another 2. That'll be a delay of game against Josh Scott. There's the Good Home, Pukekohe, getting some branding there on the back of Josh Scott's singlet. I reckon it'll be a pretty happy place there tonight.
Oh, I can imagine it's going crazy right now. So hey to all the ones at the Good Home if you're watching.
85-74.
I think they're going to do it, Justin. It's an early call from me, but I think they're going to do it.
Oh, they're looking good at the moment. MJ Walker. There's a foul here on the rebound. That'll be against Dom Kelman Poto, and that's his night. He's done. He's about to leave us, and he's about to take that fantastic hairdo with him as well. DKP at one end, the Joker at the other. He's out for the night. He's been serviceable.
I think he's played a really good role, and that's what's been so good about this Bulls team in general is all of these working cogs have been able to contribute really well, evenly, and DKP with his physicality and ability to withstand the aggression down low.
MJ Walker, timeout Bulls. We're back to 8. Not done with yet. Muhammad, 35% of the vote. There we go. The viewers are listening. They've switched on. Lee Skinner up to 17%. That looks more like it. If I do my maths really, really quickly there, what do we got? 77. 89% of the vote right now going to Bulls players.
I mean, I'm not surprised. They've had multiple performances that have been dominant from Bulls guys, and really nobody from the Rams necessarily standing out.
So your chance over the next couple of minutes to have your say. We want to hear from you, the viewers. It's your vote. It's your MVP. And there's some Sal's pizzas up for grabs. Luther Muhammad leading the way, 35%. Lee Skinner, the big mover over the last couple of minutes, and rightly so. He's up to 17%. Margin at 8. We've seen the Rams fight back a number of times tonight. Can they do it again?
I mean, Judd's going to have some prolific words to say, and he's going to make some adjustments coming into these last 2.5 minutes. A lot of attention is going to be thrown at Luther Muhammad and his ability to get downhill and create out of that. It's going to be interesting to see.
2:24 to play. Margin at 8. 16-game winning streak. Next one up for the Rams, home semi-final. Sunday, July 21. Pressure is on, full court. Rams have come out with a little bit of fight. Bulls settle. As you mentioned, they won earlier this season against the Rams by 10. Muhammad over Olbrich. Olbrich got a hand on it. Oh, they've given it back. They've given it back.
It was great help there from Lockie Ulbrich. You're obviously always scared when Luther Muhammad is going downhill. And great help, disallow an easy shot. I think there's going to be some discussion regarding the shot clock.
Rams average just under 98 points a game, held to 77 tonight. And they're the best defense in the competition at 82.3. The Bulls have 85. So it's happening on both sides of the ledger. Timmins, oh, what a shot. What a finish. Sam Timmins on the tip, on the buzzer.
Wow.
What a finish.
And,
what
the tongue to finish it off.
And what a setup. Heads up play as Brown hits the three. Back to 7.
Big three from Walter Brown at this point in the game. They get a stop. Could be interesting, Justin.
Sam Timmins will be watching that on replay. Time on the side of the Bulls right now. Rams are in the bonus. Muhammad, back of the iron. Rams have got to go. Got to come up with the goods. MJ Walker has had a big second half. Turnover, mid-court. The big fellas get after it. Timmins has won it back. And another turnover against the Rams.
Typically a poised team, Justin. Not showing any of that in this entire last quarter.
I don't want to be the one to tell you this, Maya Williamson. Timeout here, margin at 7, 1:13 to play. I don't want to be the one to tell you this, but in the Cowles NBL, you have not seen a Rams loss here at home this season.
I haven't. Kind of hurting my heart a little bit.
Neither of all of these fans. Muhammad, MVP tonight, 34%. I think it's a good call.
Absolutely. He's been instrumental for this Bulls team, being consistent all the way through. He's got 23 points, 5 rebounds and 7 assists. Being completely efficient tonight, shooting just under 50% from the field.
Our viewers rarely get it wrong, to be fair. They rarely get it wrong.
I think there's a little bit of bias going on. I think sometimes they just pick their favourite player.
You think the Bulls fans are being biased tonight?
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, I'd love a little bit of support from the Rams. 7% overall seems a little rough.
Well, Kaya Isaac probably deserves a little bit more than 5%. I think that's a fair call. MJ Walker's second half's been good. Walter Brown, he's been good.
Yeah, 15 points. You deserve more than 2% for 15 points.
Where are the Rams fans tonight?
And they're all here. They're not on the mixed pickups. They're just immersing themselves in the culture.
Oh, come on. Scan the QR code, Rams fans. Have your say. But it's going to take a bit to come over the top of Luther Muhammad. He has been awesome again tonight. Leading scorer in the Cowles NBL. 1:13 to play. Going to be a Bulls ball. Time is on their side. Can they stop this run? Can they become the only team to beat the Rams twice this season? Shot clock at 4. No go. Rams need something quickly. Brown, Ulbrich, back to 5. Extended pressure. Doubled mid-court. They get through it.
Oh, wow.
And they score. Timeout Rams.
And the Bulls have just been incredibly poised. The Rams have extended their pressure, and the Bulls haven't even broken a sweat.
89-82. Well, I've got 2 questions for you, Maya. What have you seen tonight from the Bulls that has impressed you the most? And what have you seen from the Rams tonight that has concerned you the most?
I think the way that the Bulls have just picked apart this Rams defense, it's not often that we see that, right? The Rams are the best defensive team in the league, supposedly. And the ability for Luther Muhammad to just tear them apart. He's been able to go downhill and split the hard shows or find the extra shooter, and the Rams have really been forced to rotate. With so many threats on the floor and the Bulls, we've had Lee Skinner, Ethan Rusbatch, Luther Muhammad get going. It's been really hard for the Rams to cover all 5 of those. And I think the turnovers is what concerns me the most for the Rams. Typically a really poised team, typically play well under pressure with 15 turnovers, and a lot of them have been unforced errors down the stretch. And that's not what you want going into a semi-final where teams are going to apply the same amount of pressure.
And the Bulls have scored 21 points off those turnovers as well. I'm not sure the Rams have given up 21 off turnovers to any team this season. So it's a telling stat. And as I mentioned earlier, Sam McKinnon and Mike Fitchett, and maybe a couple of other coaches as well, will be taking a lot of notes out of this game. How have the Bulls done it? Olbrich adds 2. Good setup, quick time stuff right there from the Rams. They barely burnt a few seconds off the clock. Margin at 5. Just watching both the coaches here, just constantly working and talking and changing. It's a game of chess, isn't it? Muhammad, a little bit of space, is fouled. Rams have got some fouls to give.
Not a bad foul. The Bulls have broken this pressure on the last multiple possessions. So if you can stop and not give up an open layup, I don't mind the foul.
Rams have got to get a stop. You'd think a Bulls score here, and it's over. Muhammad, Brown leaning in. Been a great battle all night between these two. Keeping the dribble alive. Luther Muhammad looking at the shot clock, using the time. Olbrich block, taps it up to Britt. Here we go. Walter Brown steps around on the reverse. What a finish. Mr. Brown's done it again. We are at 3 with a chance to go to 2. 18 seconds left in the game.
Surely his MVP vote is up from 2% now.
How did he get that in? Chemist Warehouse, massive shot for the Rams. And for Walter Brown. Plenty of time left in the game. It goes down. Player timeout called. And the Bulls will advance. Of course, the shot clock will go down to 14 as a result. Should they have passed it in and burnt a little bit of time? Had the chance at 24, could have brought it in.
It begs the question, doesn't it? And this is where those analytical minds really get to work.
Well, what they have done here is they've given up a shot to the Rams.
Yep.
That's what they've done. So shot clock at 14, game clock at 18, margin at 2. And of course the Rams can foul here. Still got another one to give. 16.7. Shot clock does reset to 14, so it reduces the opportunity for the Rams. They've got to foul straight away again. Try and leave some time on the clock above 14. Ball in. There's the foul, and it's at 14.3.
Not ideal for the Rams.
Well, let's say the Bulls run this down and get a shot and miss. It's probably best case scenario for the Bulls would leave 0.6.
Taylor Bratt on his 4th foul now. So,
mind you, do the Rams foul and send them to the stripe? Margin at 3. And they do. That's exactly what they do. So Ethan Rusbatch will head to the Chemist Warehouse. Bulls have used their player timeout. Rams have theirs to use. We're at 13.2. And I reckon the Rams will be hoping one of these two misses.
Not the kind of guy you want to send to the line to get a missed free throw, though.
Well, Ethan Rusbatch is 80% from the stripe this season, and he knows these rims pretty well. He's up to 24 points now. 5 triples tonight. This is a massive shot, and it goes down. Margin at 4. Rusbatch, cool as a cucumber. Ice in his veins, and he's still applauding himself.
As he should, as he should. Those could be the free throws that ice the game. It's going to take a lot, and it's relatively unlikely in situations like this.
Rams have used their player timeout. They advance the ball, 13.2. Both teams in the bonus. Do they go quickly? Brown can't get it in. Britt hands it off. Coming down the lane and fouled. Max Darling. 9.9. Darling to the Chemist Warehouse now. Subs coming in, all about the guards right now. They want some pressure defenders.
Wow.
So, hit the first, miss the second. Sorry, it's only one. It's not 2 shots.
No.
Got to score, and he does. We're at 1, 9.9. Here comes the defense. Kaya Isaac, Tucky Farrenson replacing Max Darling and MJ Walker. Defense right up here. Rams need a stop. Margin at 1, making it hard. Ball in, Muhammad knocked out of his hand. Oh, Maya Williamson is on the edge of her seat. Has only seen Rams wins this season, Maya.
I don't know how to feel. I don't even know what to say.
9.2, again, full court pressure. And there's the foul. 7.9. 7.9 in a game like this is half a week.
And it's a long, long time. I believe the Rams are just going to have to go as well on a make.
Judd Flavel here constantly talking to his players, constantly letting them know, what do we do here? What do we do in the next second? What do we do in the next 2 seconds? And that's what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about seconds and splits of seconds. The players are aware of the scenarios here. They're aware of what's going on. Muhammad makes it. 24 for him tonight. League's leading scorer, a wry grin, a cheeky smile.
He loves this stuff. He loves it.
And puts that one down. We're at 3, 7, 6, 5, 4. Open shot. Olbricht's fouled. Olbricht is fouled by Ethan Rusbatch.
You are kidding.
And Lockie Olbricht, the young Aussie, the man from Adelaide, the Illawarra Hawk, will go to the stripe for 3 of the biggest shots from the Chemist Warehouse this season. He is a 68% shooter in season 2024. He has not played in anything but a win for the Rams this season. Every time this man has played, the Rams have won. And tonight, from the Chemist Warehouse,
0 from 3.
0 of 3. This is all set for a cliffhanger finish.
I'm just going to say that was extraordinary from Taylor Britt. And Incredible pass under pressure, knowing that Lachie Albrecht was going to be there. Could he have saved the day?
68% from the Chemist Warehouse. 0 of 3 tonight from this exact spot. If he hits all 3, you would think we are headed for overtime. Oh. First one misses. So now it's about make the second, miss the third.
That's just risky business, isn't it? Oh.
Goes down. Margin of 2, has to miss this shot. Brown ready to go. Darling ready to go. Albrecht will chase it in. Miss, up, out, done, game over. Or is it? Rams are claiming interference. Coin officials having a chat. Well, well, well. This is interesting. Done. Game over. Rams can't believe it. Bulls get the win. What an amazing finish to this game. Judd Flavel is incensed on the sidelines. 93-91. Rams lose their first game after 16 straight wins. Their next assignment is a home semi-final, and amazingly, the 2 home semi-finalists, the Rams and the Tuatara, will be going into those games, both coming off a loss. Luther Muhammad is your MVP tonight. Very, very quickly, in 10 seconds, give us your thoughts. Maya Williamson, what a game.
I don't even have the right words to describe that. Bulls completely on form. Luther Muhammad playing incredibly, scoring, assisting, setting his teammates up. Ethan Rusbatch stepped up to the moment. Lee Skinner stepped up to the moment. They played completely on form as a team and completely shut down what the Rams have been able to do all season long.
There's the Chemist Warehouse stats. Rambo giving himself a hug. The Bulls are definitely giving each other a hug. What a win for them tonight. Hope you've enjoyed it. Sal's NBL Thursday night hoops coming up tomorrow night. The Jets and the Sharks. On behalf of Maya Williamson and the entire Sky Sport team, wow. Bulls by 2. We'll see you tomorrow night.